Went out, the world was silent, and the dreams that you dare to go dream really do they come true. So no matter who stands in your way, never let that faith out of you. That's why
Alright, hello everyone. Let me open up the files and see where we left off. Chat. Lizard. Alright. So it's been I haven't looked at this since the last time we all looked at this together. So this is all completely fresh. So what do we leave off on? That's right, we did a little bit of the staff, and we have to do the mouth today. So, welcome everyone. For those of you who have not been here for the last stream, I'm making this character from scratch, and we are I'm showing you the step-by-step basics. If you haven't seen the first one, check out the first part. I'll show you how to get to here, and we're just gonna finish up the modeling today, and maybe move into UV unwrapping, depending on how much time we have. So Corey is here. He's my boy.
Hello.
He's gonna be sitting. He's gonna be chilling here next to me and just basically just hanging out for as long as he wants. So let's get into this. Let's do some modeling.
This is like a 3-hour stream thing.
3, 4. I don't know what time it is. I do have D&D later today, so whenever D&D hits, I'm out. But until then, I'm just gonna freely model. And hello everyone. Hello Bouncy, Jinrai, Trevor, Edison, everyone. Hello everyone.
I'm pretty excited to see this lizard wizard be reality.
My little boy. Our thick
rather,
little lizard boy.
Virtual reality.
You're an idiot.
Oh.
Alright, let me pop out the chat. Okay. Sorry. Nope, mute that. Don't want to hear my own stream. Okay. So, okay, what do we leave off on? We had some of the eyes to do. We did a little bit of staff. The big thing is the mouth. We want him to have an open mouth like this. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna open his mouth, give him some little gum lines, and a big floppy tongue that he can spit out of his mouth. So we've already made a lot of the head geometry here. And now we have to define it. So I'm going to open up his mouth by going to edge. First off, is mirroring on? No, it's not. I'm gonna go to up here to the toolbox. I'm gonna go to symmetry and turn on object X, which should be, nope, that's right. We have this guy on the Z-axis. There we go. So I'm gonna select these things. Is that wide enough to be his mouth?
Good.
It's a little short. So
What if we do it from here?
I'm going to instead select these entire edge loops. I'm going to mesh tools, slide edge. I'm gonna slide this boy just a little bit in, just to make the mouth a little longer. And selecting these two should be good. Is that too high? His mouth opens up underneath his eye, so yes, it is too high. We're gonna probably want to do this one. So now we're gonna go to mesh, edit mesh. Man.
You should transform it so it opens.
No, that's
Maybe
incorrect.
you should,
Is it detached?
detach it from its
Yeah, I think it's detached. Hold on, let's see here. No. Alright, so next step. Here's the other way. I can't figure out the exact thing, so I'm just going to select these faces.
Next up, we're going to Google it.
Hey, Dracoborn, how you doing, man? Alright, so I'm going to delete these faces, because that's easier. Now you can see his eyes on the inside.
Shit.
I'm going to select each of these edges.
Do you think you could open it towards, like, further?
What?
Like, do you think you can open the mouth further?
Oh, I could if I move the verts, and we probably will do that. Because his mouth...
It looks like he wants, like, the whole thing to
Yeah, because he's got a little, like, a mouth right now. He looks like a turtle.
Right.
So I'm going to extrude these by hitting the extrude button. And if we pull these down... Oh, I messed up. Alright. I need to go back to... Now, we're actually going to extrude it. I need this thing so I can pull it out a little bit so it follows the shape at least. And now when I do that, I can shrink these in, and now they're open. That's pretty much what I wanted. He looks a little goofy, but we're going to fix it. Okay, so what I'm going to do next is I'm going to take these verts, I'm going to weld them to here. And I'm going to do the same thing with these verts that we extruded out, so it just has a little opening, which is basically what we wanted.
You're a wizard, man.
Yeah, he's a good lizard boy.
No, you're a wizard.
I'm a wizard.
Yeah, you're just transforming. You're playing.
I'm making life.
Playing God right now.
Oh,
Yo.
John, I forgot.
What's up?
Your elephant made it through the bisque process.
He did? He got
Yeah.
killed?
We lost an ear
Yeah,
though.
he lost an ear.
Fuck.
He lost half an ear, actually. So I glazed him today. He's gonna be like an emerald blue if he makes it through the
Yes!
glazing.
Okay. My
Free elephant.
my roommate is teach me how to do things not like this. Donatsu, that's what I'm here for. I'm gonna teach you everything. I'll teach you how to make this guy from scratch. My roommate's in a ceramics class, and I made a shitty little elephant when I was joining his class. Apparently got killed, and I'm really excited about that. I'm gonna turn on soft selection here. And we're gonna pull this down a little bit to open his mouth. We want to keep the mouth a little agape. Because this allows the rigger to allow us to flap the jaw if for Vizimes and whatnot. And same thing with eyes. It's the same reason why we have the eyelids. I need to work with the eyelids still, but we're going to make them cover like half the eye so the rigger can properly transform these. More made me so hard right now. Thank you, Dank Man. I'm glad. I hope I do have that effect on you guys.
I'm with you, Dink, man.
My goal. Ooh, every night me and Corey get hard together.
Yeah.
That's a bad. Don't say that.
Why? We're from the streets. We're hard.
Yeah, we're hard.
Hard on the streets.
We're hard detectives.
Yeah, John, you're hard on the streets.
I'm hard on the streets.
Streets, you need to do better.
Streets, you need to do
That's a
better.
stupid fucking
I'm
joke.
hard on the streets.
I got it. I got what you're saying.
Fuck.
Alright, so we're gonna select this edge loop. And we're gonna extrude it in. I'm gonna push this on the inside here. So now we're gonna start making the inside of his mouth. That's a little high, so I'm gonna go to scaling. I'm gonna scale it out so it flattens a little bit. I'm gonna have to go inside his mouth. That's gonna be a little hard to show. When you mouths are hard to do, honestly. They make things look very confusing and small. I'm gonna select these two high parts of the mouth and I'm gonna pull them down a little bit. I'm gonna actually flatten them on the scale a little bit so they're a little more, that was a little too much. I'm gonna undo that so they're a little more open. Okay, now I'm gonna flat a little bit. Alright. Okay, I'm going to turn on transparent view so that can be a little more clear if that is and not just more confusing. Now inside his head, I'm gonna pull these verts to be how I want them to look. Pull this on the x-axis. Going to drag these like that, so the mouth's a little more open, a little more wide, and maybe we'll pull. How do I want this? Oh, this is confusing. Pull this like this. There you go. Turn on turn off X-ray mode. Good. Alright, I want to create a nice hard lip for his mouth. So we're going to insert an edge loop here towards the edge with the shift selected. So it creates a nice, it bevels it a bit. Yeah,
Hard lip. John has hard lips.
And we're going to put one in the center here just to add more topology to make things smoother. Now I'm going to have to go back in the head. Okay, here we go. And now we're going to just bridge these gaps together and close them up. We will be making triangles here, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, with how I've connected it, we will be making triangles there, but that's fine. I will. Its deepness will come, but it just can't hit the eyes is the issue.
That's fair.
So we're going to hit the bridge button up here. Then it's going to connect the geometry this way. Then we'll select these, and you have to go to mesh fill hole here to fill triangles, because the program wants to avoid triangles as much as possible, so that's the only way. I'm also going to select this tool, which is a tool we haven't used yet, which is just the cut tool. Basically, you can click anywhere, and it'll cut the geometry like that if you hit enter. It's like, cool, that's what you wanted, right? This is bad. Don't ever do this. You want to connect from vert to vert. So I'm going to select from this. I'm going to select here first, and will let me select this? There we go. So we created a line going down. Nope, just created another vert. Okay, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to break the rules for what I just said. I'm going to turn that off, turn the tool back on, just so we can... Oh, nope, I got to undo. Okay, I'm going to fill the hole again. Life is hard. So, cut tool. I'm going to cut here, and I'm going to just cut here. So it creates a line here. I'm going to hit enter. I'm going to cut here on the same vert by selecting it, and then cutting here, so we create a line. Good. Now what I'm going to do is, since we can't do this, well, we actually can. We made a quad, which is fine. But I want it to connect perfectly with the vert. So I'm going to go to my Mesh Tools, Target Weld. I'm going to select, go to vert mode. I'm going to grab the vert, and I'm going to drag that over there so it connects. And now we created the line I wanted to make.
Oh, that's really good.
Yeah. So I'm going to select these verts. And we're going to pull them out a little more to create a little more dynamic of the mouth. And then pull that mouth in that direction. And now if we go inside, yeah, look at it, he's got a mouth. Magic. Oh.
Holy shit.
Okay, my chat did not update. That's hard lips. Come on. Hold on.
That's way better.
Yeah. You and Ash went live at the same time. I figured as much. I outed from Ash's stream to go do this. We were just playing Overwatch for a bit. Is that the real sandwich lady? Yeah. Yeah, it is, Aurora. I love you. It's a nice thing to wake up to. See, I told you the NA people would wake up around 12. This was good guessing.
And UTC is like at 7 p.m. or 8 p.m.
Yeah, EU boys are like 8 p.m. I think. Huh. And we're gonna soften the edge in here because we want them to have a smooth mouth.
Wizard.
Alright, I'm gonna select the faces here in the back. I'm gonna turn on soft selection. I'm gonna up its intensity to hit. Oh, not all that. Okay, I may have to do this a little more manually. Try not to get any. I have a little bit here, but I'm gonna just roll with it. I'm gonna push his mouth back a little bit. Yeah, because it's not affecting that vert at all. Like you can see it barely move. Yeah. So we're gonna push that mouth very far back. Not that far back because the eyes are clipping here a little bit, as you can see. So, wait, is that the eyes?
Yes.
Shit. Okay. What's happening? Oh, wait, I'm on the wrong axis. So, this is as far as we can go. I'm gonna actually select these verts and pull them forward a little bit, so maybe we can go a little bit farther.
With like the introverts?
Yeah, so that way we can push. There we go. That's gonna be an adequate mouth distance. Because that goes into his head. It doesn't matter what angle you see him at, he's gonna have his mouth open. His mouth goes pretty wide, actually. So, let's widen this boy. I'm gonna select these edges here, and I'm gonna pull them back to hopefully widen his mouth. Okay, that's not looking too hot. Okay, I'm gonna have to fix that.
No, it looks cute because you made dimples. Watch out, go back to what you just did, and like, back up.
That one was better. Hold on. I just pulled it straight back, so here we go. A little dimple
He's got
boy.
little dimples.
Look at the little dimple boy.
You could soften up his dimples, but
Ooh, what's this?
Dimple boy.
This is a little wizard boy. We're making good lizards.
I think you should at least give him, like, you should pull it back a little bit to try to get that sweet, sweet dimple effect.
Not that far, but I will select the two inner edges here to pull them out with it.
Right, that makes sense. Like, whatever you did last time, just do that, but not as extreme, right?
Yeah.
And then, like, maybe...
And then if I push it
little
out like that, let's see. He's got a little pinch.
Oh, he's got a little dimple boy.
And we're just going to select everything and soften this boy and see how that looks. Mesh display, soften edge, boom. Yeah, that's not bad.
That looks good.
Yeah.
Man, you did this mouth really well.
Mouths are easy.
I was like, how is he gonna fucking cut this thing? And then you did it.
Look at that. Easy. And
He's so happy.
we can... that's a lot of edge loops here, unfortunately. I'm going to add an edge loop with the mesh tools. Yeah, it does.
Like they just shouldn't be like that.
I will fix the polygons here, but the big... Actually, let's do that first. You're right. That's going to affect edge flow. So if I select this vert, we just want it to flow better. So try to create that S-curve where you can. I'm going to push this a little bit to help emphasize this. But this is pretty low poly, as it is. This box modeling method is only so good. But this is a long stretch, as you can see here. So I'm going to insert an edge loop there by holding shift to make sure everything's smooth. And that's going to be a little better. How did that connect? Okay, cool. Even look at that. The triangles we made on the inside, it made it a quad now because we put a edge loop in there. So now this has 4 edges. No triangles, guys. It's like I know what I'm doing. Hey, Shokusai, how you doing, man? Yeah, this is a little wizard. So I'm gonna turn off his everything and just isolate his body so we can see him naked. Loop stream.
Loop stream. Advanced hand holding.
Advanced hand holding. So let's see how that works. Not terribly bad. Can I use the polygon quad draw tool and soften this? No! No, you cannot is the answer.
Sad lizard.
He cries. So don't use this tool. This is not what we want. Turn that shit off. Okay, he's got a little mouth now. Yeah, it's not bad. It opens. Little did you know you turned in for a creepypasta stream.
Alright guys, ready to shit your pants? Ready to get spooked?
His coat does not. For those of you who weren't here last stream, his tail and his arms will be clipping through the coat because we don't necessarily care about that on the modeling side of things. That's going to be fixed up on the rig side. So when the rigger takes hold of it, he's going to make his tail bend down and then bend it over, and he can have all the little wiggly wags that this little tail has and whatnot.
Are you doing the tongue?
Tongue, I'm probably going to start off with a sphere. Which his mouth, if his mouth needs to open like this, I don't necessarily have that. How do I want to do this? First and foremost, let's select this vert and soften this curve more. Actually, let's do that from the right angle. Excuse me. So I can see and keep the flow of the shape a little better. There we go. Good. Sick. Oh, nope. That doesn't look as good as I thought it did. Hold on. Alright, I'm going to save real quick because we're going to use a different method.
Your mom's in chat.
My mom's in chat. Hi, son.
There's also
He's so damn cute.
for your chat.
That's right. Hey, Mom, how you doing? Yeah, my little lizard boy's coming along. We're going to save this out, and we're going to edit the mouth a little bit. So, out of popular request from people, the next time I try to stream games again, people have asked that I play Overwatch with my mom, and she's agreed, so you guys can get ready for that. I'm going to go to the sculpting tools up here on this tab, which I don't know if something Blender has, but it's something I very much value. So I'm going to switch over to the softening tool.
She was saying you're so damn cute.
Oh, I mean, I don't think that's true, Mom. You were not saying that about me. You were saying that about the lizard. But if I tap this...
Just kidding.
Yeah, of course.
She doesn't think any of it's cute.
Yeah, she hates it all. I'm gonna tap this out, soften the verts, and you can see how it's affecting the topology a little bit. There you go. It's a little smoother. We lost a little bit of definition of how it goes to the eye. It's kind of just flat, so I'm gonna fix that real quick by getting out of this.
Hi, Cindy. How's it going?
This is Care Bear. You know him.
She said hi, Corey, so I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. Sorry, Corey reads my chat for me a lot of the times because I can model. I get confused. And there we go. That's going to create a little bit more of that sphere shape back that we probably lost.
It's making a lot of money. It's great.
Who's cute more of thick boy? Yeah, Corey's Care Bear.
That's not true.
I didn't know you go by that.
Only in certain circles.
Alright. What can we do about my boy? Let's do his tongue. So his tongue is big, and his mouth is small. So how do you deal with that? The answer is you let the rigger do it.
So you're just making like a piece of geometry for the rigger to do, right?
Yep. Pretty much. Not a cube. We do not want a cube. We are going to create polygon primitive a sphere. Because we've done this entire thing in spheres. Might as well keep it elliptical. So let's scale it up, drag it up into his mouth. But before we put it in that, we're just going to model it on the outside. So pretty much I'm going to have the tongue rest in his throat down here. And then barely show up where like a normal tongue would be. And when he opens it up, the rigger can push the tongue out so it's like floppy and can hang around. My mom says, I made you cookies, am I not in the circle? Corey's dumbfounded and has no response.
You're in.
More best cop. Thanks, period. I'm excited for those eggplants, Steak Man. I really hope Nags gets them for, you know, it being like a month since you bought them.
What does that mean?
We bought him from Eggplant something, and we sent them eggplants, and then he was stolen. They stole his money from his eggplants, and they finally are sending him back. Alright, I'm going to lower the topology on the sphere by going to the attribute editor, which is here on the side. And if I go to the polysphere, I can change its subdivision axis, which is how many subdivisions it has across the sides here. So I'm going to just reduce this to a 12 by 12, because that's a decent sphere size. It's going to be a little harsh-edged until we smooth it, but if you go to mesh display and soften edge, boom. Look how perfectly soft that sphere is. Wow. Can I send you eggplants? Dude, hell yes. I don't have a P.O. box, and I don't necessarily want to, you know, give my address out, but you know what? Send it, just title it to Washington. I'm sure I'll get it. Alright, we're gonna turn on soft selection. I'm gonna up that shit to like almost the entire thing. And we're just gonna push and pull this thing until we get a tongue. So, okay, maybe not that strong. Woo! Let's up that strength a little bit more. And we're gonna pull by this. So we're gonna create a long sphere, or ellipse. We're gonna keep stretching that boy out. And then we're gonna turn off soft selection. Go to object mode. I'm gonna go to modify center pivot to move the pivot to the center of the object again. And now I can drag this guy down again. F to center on what you're looking at. 2020. No, we're gonna get this Wizard Lizard done today. And by done, I mean like hopefully modeled. We'll get it textured and UV'd unwrapped maybe today. We'll see. So I'm gonna add a lot of edge loops in here to further add more geometry so we can twist it and add it around. So I'm gonna add one pretty much down the center. Probably should have kept the horizontal subdivisions as 20, because I'm basically just adding them back in. But now we can do fun things. Now I can twist the tongue to go down his throat. So if I turn on soft selection and go about halfway, switch to the rotate tool, rotate that. You can make this weird tongue shape. And this may look excessive, and it is.
The idea is to make some like really obnoxious tongue flap, right?
Yep, it's gonna be goofy, and that's the point. So we're gonna shrink it in by scaling it down with soft selection. Because if you notice, his tongue's kind of at a fine point, honestly. It's really thick in the back. So let's shove this in him.
And we're done.
I'm gonna scale this down. It's gone forever. I'm gonna turn on X-ray mode so I can easily see this. I'm gonna need to rotate this. Even more so at the vertex. Oh, fuck. Okay, hold on. I gotta take him out again. Oh. Vertex. Gonna rotate even more. Oh, too much. There we go. So now when I go to object mode and rotate again, it's gonna be more in his throat here, which is what we want. Instead of using the center pivot, I'm gonna drag it to the side so it keeps it on just the X and the Y axis. There we go. And now he has a little lizard tongue in his mouth. Sticking out the back, and we'll trim that down. I'm going to select this edge loop. I'm gonna lower the intensity. Actually, hold on. Fucking, what's going on here? Select edge. Select the edge loop. All right, just very high intensity on the scale. Oh, hi. And if we bring this down, we can lower the soft selection. And then I can rotate this to try to make this flat again. And we can drag this into his throat. And what we're going to do from here is we're just going to... Oh, shit, that was a dono. There we go. Hold on, I gotta open up Streamlabs. I forgot to do that. Log in with YouTube. That's me. Allow you to access everything I own. $5 from Empiach. Dude, you send me way too much, man. This is crazy. Hey, Maura, Corey, and background man.
That's you greeting.
That hurts.
Alright, you guys. Glad you're streaming again. Just wanted to say hi and let you know I'm here, as like I always do. Keep doing great things. I believe in you all. Very encouraging emoticon. Thank you, Empiach. You're a great man. You send me way too much. You need to calm down, if I'm honest. But thank you so much. Now I've got my new processor in because of you.
Oh, did you get a new processor?
I did. I got an i5.
Nice.
You
got it installed and everything?
Yeah, I put it in.
Hello.
I haven't tried VR with it yet because I've been a busy boy. But we will see probably tomorrow.
That was pretty fast.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just because I don't see you as much.
Yeah, you were at work.
Yeah. Because I work all the time now. But
He's a good wizard.
I'm a good wizard boy.
And I'm actually going to turn off the symmetry here by clicking this to go to the toolbox. You can tell it's a toolbox because it's a box and then a tool. I'm going to turn that off.
Got him.
I'm going to go into the mouth and select the vertex. Oh, let me pull up chat again. God. I caught a Dark Moon Glowfi, John. Oh, nice. Me and my mom have gotten back into WoW a little bit, and I just found out battle pets are a thing. Oh my god, what a fun thing.
Let's shove this in.
Let's shove this in. Is the lizard something you're making for someone you use in VR chat, or is it for you? This is for someone in VR chat. Yeah. Extra, read all about Lizard Wizard coming today. Hell yeah, he is.
Is the person who commissioned this, did they make the art, or is the art just from someone else?
I believe art is just from Tumblr, somewhere.
Well, there's a signature on it, right? On one of them?
Maybe?
Yeah.
Yes. AK8 Ocarine? Is it Ocarine?
I don't know. I just think it's pretty decent.
I mean, Ocarine is a very popular name. Ryan would love that name. I'm gonna lower this intensely, and we're gonna try to make a little bulb at the end of the tongue. Make it just a little fatter. Yeah. There we go. I'm gonna pull this. I'm gonna actually up the intensity and then pull this down, so it's kind of in his mouth geometry a little bit. Because if we go back to this, that doesn't look bad. He just has his tongue in there.
Can you smooth those edges?
I will, yes. Because it's at a triangle,
Yeah,
which is
yeah.
unfortunate.
Yeah, it looks bad.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select. That's another donut. FBI, if it's you again, I swear to God, man. No, okay. The Dark and the only Dankman69. I would legit eat your ass. Thank you, Dankman. I'm sure my mom appreciates that. For $5.69. Thank you, Dankman. You're great. So we're going to select.
Says,
Yeah.
Such images.
Thanks.
Wow.
I'm sure she's going to enjoy that. So I'm going to pull this up really close because it's a triangle and you can't put edge loops into triangles. So I'm going to try to get this like really close to the vertex. That's pretty good. Up it a little bit so it's a little more rounded and not... Oh,
Oh, missed.
see? This is why you look at it from all angles. There we go. I'm gonna go to mesh display, or no, sorry, mesh tools, insert edge loop, and hold shift, click, and it's gonna add more geometry there.
Oh, it's the way better.
So I still want to make this not as pointed, so I'm gonna
Just
take
get rid of it.
maybe I may flatten it out with geometry, but I don't know how good it's gonna look. What I'm gonna do is I want to push this in like this, and hopefully that looks more flat than that.
Oh, yeah, that's fine.
Well, it's a little low geo, but that's to be expected. So let's soften edge again, just to be sure that works that way. Yeah, that's how it's gonna look. But from afar away, it's not too bad. I may...
Maybe that can be wider, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go to the side, drag, select the faces to get the edge there, and I'm just gonna... First off, that is still really off-center. Alright, hold on. I'm gonna take this into ortho view so I can perfectly line this up center. There we go. Because you can't tumble in ortho view, this is perfectly flat. So I can go back to the 3D perspective. If I select the thing again, I'm gonna go and scale this up. Gonna pull it back a bit to give it a little more roundness, rotate it down to match. And there we go. Look at it. He's got his tongue. So now, with this geometry, if we go to side view, you can see he's got a long tongue there. So the rigger can put like 5 bones or something in there. So when he opens his mouth, it can just flop out and hang around and have jiggle physics. So it flops around and whatnot.
Is it going to be able to have like collision with his model?
I hope. Yeah, you can easily do that. Because for those of you who don't know too much about rigging, jiggle physics are just adding a script to the bones that are already in the model to have them dynamic, so they move when you move. You can also do this. It's not just for like the breastbones you see in a lot of anime models or hair. You can do it on fun things, like if you've ever seen Zexy, who's my rigger, he has an alien model. His tail will have, just like my guy, will have jiggle bones. So when he walks, it'll sway around and flop around. We're going to do the same thing for his tongue. And if you want to interact with jiggle physics objects, you put colliders on your hands, which are just spheres, very similar to how this one looks. That basically says, like, hey, if I touch a bone that is that has jiggle physics enabled, I will interact with it. So, yeah, exactly. If you can make Mario's nose a jiggle bone. I'm here for the stream. Welcome, Derek Pablos. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, you scarred my mom, Dank, man. Look what you did. Dank and not only... Did I read your name wrong? The Dank and only Dank man, 69. I'm sorry, dude. I'm dyslexic. I know it's you, Dank man. I've hung out with you forever.
And do you want to see, this is another image by the artist.
Yeah! Oh, dude, Chameleon Lizard.
Right? It looks sweet.
I'm glad you found the artist.
It's Axe Brawn.
Here, disco me that, if you can.
Okay.
I'll put it in chat so everyone can appreciate this artist.
Yes, that was the point of looking it up.
Yeah. Alright. So he's got little spots. We can create a normal map at some point to create these spots to emphasize them in textures. So let's see what we can do there. We don't actually need to model them out. Honestly, our lizard's looking really good. We're gonna get to the point where we're texturing them soon. Let's tackle the eyes a little bit more. I'm gonna turn off everything but his body again. And I'm going to select these. And I'm just going to soft select again, but only affecting the eyelids. I'm gonna pull this down more and then rotate. We may obviously need to add more geometry in here to smooth this out, but how does that look if we turn this back on? Not bad, honestly, for just eyeball placement.
Alright, I sent you a series of 3 lizard pictures.
Sweet. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna need to turn this off
I
again.
think the second one's my favorite.
I'll check in just a sec. I need to do this before I forget it exists. Ooh, what is going on here? Oh, how did I model this? Oh, this is confusing me. Okay, I'm gonna drag these verts out to create these faces again. And make them not look like planes? What happened here? How was this modeled? Eyelids are confusing, honestly. It's a lot of trial and error to get these things to look good. Especially with something as cartoony as the Wizard Lizard is. Let's fix this corner of how this connects. Which may just be dragging this down. No.
I found out my friend talks about steamed lobster the same way you talk about sandwiches. I don't get that.
Steamed lobster?
There's no weird line between what is and isn't a lobster. It turns out it's a steamed lobster if it's the lobster and it's been steamed.
Yeah, that's a little interesting. Like, what does your friend go on about?
Is it like, what's good steamed lobster? Is that like an issue?
Because that I understand more. Just like the edge there, because that's how I modeled this, apparently. What is going on? I don't understand why the black is here. That's confusing me. And if I select this edge and pull it out more, does that look more like the eyelid? Alright, let's turn the eyes back on. Oh, okay, I see what I did.
Dude, this guy's just, his Tumblr's just full of fantasy lizard drawings.
Okay, let's go look at these lizards.
Axe Brawn, if you want to.
I'm gonna keep streamer mode on. Here we go. Let's slide this in. And let's go to Corey. Look at these sick lizards. I like the chameleon.
I like the second one the most.
Oh, dude. I like the design a lot. That's very...
Right.
That's well done. I like that.
You could easily take this and morph it into Fogopug.
Oh.
Because with the whole floating design, right?
Assassin Beardy. These are cool lizards.
Easy. Fucking huge. Look at this one on my phone real quick.
Oh wow, that guy's all lizards. Look up this guy. His name. You can read these links. I'll drop.
Send you this. I'll send you this link right here.
I'll drop. Oh, okay. Let's get a Discord off and now read what my mom said because maybe she's telling me something. Are you streaming? Yes, I am, Mom. Discord. There he is. If y'all want to check out Mr. Lizard Boys, there you go. That's his chat. Or not his chat. His Tumblr. Yeah. That you shouldn't grill lobster. It burns the flesh. Interesting. That's his argument. I mean,
like you shouldn't grill lobster.
Like,
but he's talking about steaming.
Yeah, he's talking about steaming and grilling is radically different things. And yes, you should steam lobster. What else are you gonna do to it? You gonna cook that shit on a barbecue?
I'm interested in what barbecued lobster is. I would be down, right? Like,
I'm gonna rotate this a little bit to help it match the other geometry there, which just kind of looks weird if I'm gonna be frank. I'm gonna pull this down. Oh no. Eyelids. Why are you so difficult? Vertex. Pull these down again. And we're gonna just push this one inside to make it more triangular-esque. I mean, kinda. He looks fucking goofy. Oh shit, I didn't do it today. I didn't have it mirrored. Alright, we're gonna have to cut my boy in half again. It happens. I'm gonna pull these faces down with soft selection activated to kind of flatten these out. Nope, that didn't work. Select one and then pull down. There we go. So these may look rough, and yes they are, but remember, you're never gonna see these more than for like a second when they go like blink. But we need to have them at least halfway down so the rigger can have some room to do with it. So we need to add more geometry. And we're going to pop that shit in there. There you go. That's going to create more geometry so we can push the eyes around. So he may look goofy and stoned on this side, but that's okay. That's kind of what we want. So you call them steamed hams despite the fact that they're obviously grilled. I mean...
Steamed hams.
You do.
I've never said the word steamed hams.
Yeah, I don't think I have either. Is that an EU thing? Hell yeah, Scouty. I shot Ash up. I won. We kicked Team No Star, or sorry, Team One Star's ass. Now I'm here. Alright. I may need to pull this down a little bit, but I don't want to. There's a lot of geometry there. You know what? We'll leave it. ZXC can make it look good. So let's cut our boy in half. Face. Just select the edge loop by clicking the polygon below. Delete. Oh, that's right. It's a fucking sphere. Okay, we can't do that. Gonna select our guy again. Go to isolation mode by clicking this box here. I'm going to try my best to select all these verts as closest to the line without actually selecting the line. Select. We missed the tail one a little bit in the back here, so we're going to go down and delete these three. There we go. Now he's perfectly cut in half. And now we can mirror. Mirror. Switch it over to, because we're on the Z axis, remember? Z, and there we go.
What did you just do?
I cut him in half.
Why?
Because this eye wasn't altered. Oh no. This is why you do it on the right axis. Go to Z. I'm going to edit the influence to only be 0.1. So it selects
too wide or something?
The eye on this side. I modeled the eye on this side and I didn't have mirroring on, so I didn't do it on that side. So I needed to redo the eyes there. You can see that made some things hard on the side. So we're going to lower these side edges by just going soft edge on the entire thing. There we go, look at him. Smooth boy.
Smooth boy.
And we'll put his clothes back on, keep him decent.
Yeah, I'm gonna send a message to the.
Hey HoQ, how you doing? John, have you ever eaten lobster grilled or steamed? No, I haven't. John, Corey, you fuck or frick fracker. Sorry, you were very PC and I messed up.
I'm gonna send a message to the Mars, let them know that you're doing this on stream so they can look at the 3D model because I think they should know. Is that cool?
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Cool. Just want to make sure that you're not like
sure.
No.
Well, I mean, we're doing this without his consent, so
yeah, that's why.
He may be pissed, but who knows?
I was gonna suggest like if he wants
the
asset, like his asset to him as well, like it's his art.
I mean, someone that's fair.
Someone's commissioning it, so make
so
it
there's
okay.
a little gray line,
ask
but
the commissioner,
yeah,
but,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
Obviously, yeah.
But yeah, no, you should definitely do that. I'm here. Hey, what's up, Patrick Sloan? How you doing? We lost the first round because that the May just completely or the map. Yeah, no, that map sucks. That was awful. And no, Mom, I don't think I've ever eaten lobster if I'm honest. Mark, you're a beautiful boy. Alright, so what's next? What could we do? I fixed the eyelids, I fixed the mouth. Is there anything you guys see that we should do? I mean, we gotta work on the staff a little bit more, but on the actual lizard boy... Why is this sideways, by the way? Let's fucking fix that. Oh, his hands. Did we ever finish his hands? Yeah, we did. His hands are good. We should add an edge loop here, just in the center of his arm, so its geometry is not too stretched there. What? Okay, we are not holding shift when we do that, and we're just gonna manually scale that to be a little. Again, we don't have symmetry on, so we're gonna go to Object Z again, Mesh Tools, insert Edge Loop, and click that. And now we're gonna scale these up naturally, so he has a little more depth in his arms. Also, if any of you guys are making your own model, it's not always going to be Object Z. It's depending on whichever way you face. That's Nichicho. Who sent me what? It is from Zarb. Hey Zarb, $5. Hey Mora, can I be your waifu? Also, when's Pogo Pug light novel coming? Soon. We just need to hire the voice actors because capturing the pugs.
Whoa! Just light novel, not visual novel. We're writing a book.
Fuck, you're right. I want a Viz novel though.
Oh, then yeah.
All right, we're upping the light novel to a Viz novel.
That's already out. That's the pug dating.
Oh, that's not from us.
Yeah, that's not from us. But
Pug dating.
You know,
It's
you can
Hot
pretend.
Date. So there's a game called Hot Date, and you should download it if you can find it. It's a dating simulator where you date a pink pug. It's fantastic. It's hard.
That's Pogo Pug's sister. Is it hard to charm the pug?
Yeah, no, it's a tough game, but I fucking love Hot Date.
Yeah.
Thank you, Zarb.
We had nothing to do with that at all. 100%.
Oh, my bad, Patrick. Yeah, no, I got distracted as well. Just shoot me a message in the police academy, and we'll chat it up. Corey, slap my ween, says Mark. I'm not your ween. Oh. He'll do it at the next boys club.
Boys Con.
Fuck.
God,
I'm not
you're
in
so
on their
bad.
group.
They're garbage.
More, you have to show your friend the GIF I sent you. It's a lampshade guy. Oh, I like that one. Yeah, hold on. I'll show Corey this.
Oh, I want to see Lampshade Guy, but I'm doing something.
It's lampshade guy in his childhood.
Nice. That's beautiful.
Alright, here we go. Let's work on the lizard. I think our lizard's good, so let's just make the staff look a little better for now. And I'll wait on pending approval from our commission. I'm gonna select these phases here, turn on soft selection, up that shit. And we're gonna just make this up. Oh, more than that. First off, I need more edge loops. I didn't realize how little edge loops are in this object. So we're gonna add a couple just going up and down. Here. 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 Just click them in. Not really shift clicking. Just trying to add more subdivisions. And now if we soft select and up that. Uh-oh. What am I doing? Shit. What's this song? I don't like this song. Alright, select the edge loop. Soft selection, up its size, and now we should be able to just increase that size a little bit, shrink it on the X or the Y axis because we don't want to necessarily. Actually, we're going to select one for that. Kind of shrink that in. We want it to just be ground level with him. We're still in hidden selection mode here, so we're going to take this to the thing and we're going to make this perfectly flat with the X axis, or rather the Z axis, because we're doing this awkwardly on the side. More. I just realized it's 41 minutes in the live stream. What did I miss? Not too much. We just made the lizard boy's mouth. We added a tongue in there. All we did there to keep things short is we cut these faces open and then extruded them on the inside. That's pretty much all you really need to do for this character's mouth. This song is fucking weird, man. This girl's cackling and I'm scared. Oh, it's Jinx's theme. Got you. That makes sense. Alright. Oh. It's more Nichijou. You guys are so nice. Jeez. $5 from Empiaj. Surprise, it's me this time. This is my only means of communications, but I enjoy it. You know you can send $1. Like, you know, I'm very appreciative that you send as much as you do.
What about chat?
His YouTube has issues.
Get a new one.
Yeah, get another YouTube, you idiot.
Don't call him Empiaj. He's my best donor. He's
He
insane.
also apologized to you in this dono grade.
Yeah, exactly.
Wait, to who? Oh,
To you. And you just called him
your
in.
apologies. I need you to get another YouTube.
Makes me feel all warm and fuzzy inside. Question for Corey, though. What'd you think of Lampshade Guy? By the way, Grady, sorry, I forgot your name, and Lampshade Guy needs a sidekick.
Like Lampshade Guy in general.
Yeah.
One, I'm in that video.
Yeah.
I think the
Sorry, I was
script
trying to
was
keep you
fucking
innocent.
hilarious. The joke was funny when we were doing it, and then we had no script for it, and then John made it amazing.
I'm just happy that inadvertently, because I decided to do VR chat videos, that video is now getting more views.
Yeah, that video deserves more. It's just so fucking gold.
Thank you so much, Ampiage, man. You're amazing. Let me open up this. God, okay, you know what? Here.
Bob Bulb.
You said it.
Me too.
Alright, let's work on the staff a bit more. It's a little bumpy here and there, so I'm just gonna randomly, like, extrude.
Patrick Sloan wants to know what you missed. You missed him cutting his mouth open?
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, you did? Oh, my bad.
Silly Billy.
I wasn't paying attention. What's Mark?
And
Mark says thanks. Great.
Mark says thanks.
Yeah.
Looks good, more, but I can't say just checking in. Thanks you for stopping by, Ducky. It's always great to have you pop in. Alright, so let's add a little more geo up here to curve this out more.
Are you gonna add the ribbon?
Yes.
Nice.
That's gonna be the next thing after we finish the staff's sizing. So, up the soft selection. Increase that a little bit. I'm gonna drag select these edges here. And then we're up the base a little more. Pull that out to keep the square shape that we had. We like that. I'm gonna add another edge loop here to emphasize this curve a little better, so it's smoother. Add one here. Yeah, that's good. I like that shape it made, actually. It's not what I was going for, but I like it. And one here. Nope, that's too high up. So we're gonna just select the faces themselves and bring them down a little bit to keep that curve. Gonna drag that out. I did that from the center. Should always do it on this because that's only going to affect the y-axis and this axis. Every side has one of these, as you can see, and it just makes sure you don't accidentally grab like Z. Because if I do like yeah, that looks good, but in reality you pulled that out garbage. So if you keep it like this and try to like square it out to where you want it, it'll always be in line. Sweet. Okay, let's work on the cloth. Mora says, Derek Pablo says, Mora, who are the two people with you? Sorry to those who I didn't know. These are my roommates. This is Corey and Grady. And they're just chilling out.
Grady's playing some Final Fantasy 14.
Hell yeah.
I'm just hanging out in my cocoon. Have you noticed?
Bye, Mora, and everyone watching. See you, Ducky, man. Have a good one. Thanks you for tuning in.
Have you noticed my cocoon?
Why did you do this?
Because it just keeps me tight and comfy.
Do you need pressure on you at all times?
I'm like a dog with a thunder coat.
That's a good description.
Yeah.
I'm gonna zoom in, so let's actually drag this out. What? Whoa! See, grab on the side again. Did I fuck up that side? Because I didn't. Yes, I did. Look at this. I don't even follow my own. What's going on here, actually? Hold up. Was that in when I moved it? Uh-oh, no, something bad happened here. I'm gonna undo until this goes away. Okay. Oh, that happened a while ago.
Because it's slightly angled.
How'd that become slightly angled?
I assume you just did that for on purpose.
No, it should be pretty... Well, I guess it's not bad. Honestly, it's probably going to look more organic that way, so it's probably a good thing it's like that. Speaking of, yeah, let's add a little variation. I'm going to select these verts.
So I asked how you can pull items out of thin air in VRChat.
Those are done through animation overrides. We will cover this a little bit in this guy, or at least Zexy will do it. I don't know if I can actually show it because I don't do it myself. So basically you have your emotes like thumbs up and stuff like that, but you're like, okay, but I don't want to actually be able to do thumbs up. So when I do the thumbs up emote, you can set it to say, instead of doing the thumbs up gesture, what it's going to do is pull out like this drink or something, or whatever your character has. Or in this case, it may be the staff. It'll pull out his staff if he does a thumbs up. So little things like that. So I'm gonna add a little crook in this staff here, just add a little bit more organic feel to it. There we go. Have it a little more flow. Keep that S curve going. We'll pull it out a little bit here too. There we go. It's a pretty thin staff, honestly, that he holds. It's a little... we can up the sizing here based off this. And we will. Okay, soft selection's way too high. I'm gonna bring that in. God. Yeah, this is...
Yeah,
okay.
This one be slightly right.
Yeah. I'm just gonna up each individual piece here.
What is this guy from? It's from an artist on Tumblr who draws RPG wizards. The artist's name is Axe Braun.
Not wizards, lizards.
Lizards. Yeah,
Yeah.
RPG lizards.
It's a very specific genre, I know.
Did you type in the artist Tumblr?
Oh yeah, did you send that to me?
Oh yeah, I did actually. I sent you the specific post.
Yeah.
If you scroll down.
So again, I'll just post the chat again to give this guy some credit because he does fucking fantastic work. Do you always have to make the model in T-pose, or is it just easier? Yes, you have to. Your rigger will hate you if you do not. The only two poses that are acceptable are T-pose, or in this case, an A-pose. T-poses are better, meaning the arms are completely flat and horizontal. A-poses are still okay, but deformation can be a little weirder without them. We're doing an A-pose by specific request from ZXC, who's going to be rigging this. So yeah, you have to do that. Otherwise, you can't put the bones in the model correctly.
And a rob the bike on PUBG.
What?
Or has Corey seen Trevor's clip?
Yeah. Oh no, Corey hasn't. Hold on.
Is there a clip that you can find, or
someone snapped it of me? They put it on my Discord. I'll show this real quick because I think it's hilarious. Let me pause the.
Why are there so many reactions on your?
Oh, because that's what people do. Hold on, I unpaused my thing. I'm gonna pause the music for a second. I want to bring this up and put it on chat because I think it's hilarious. Nice German flag. Why is it? Okay. If we go to videos, it's probably in here, I think. Yeah. You're gonna need to put on the headphones for this.
Okay.
But I thought it was funny. I was just playing PUBG, and I was scared shitless from this guy. Alright, you school fucks, I'm coming for you.
Is this you?
No, this is the person who gets that. This
This
you.
is you.
Yeah.
Someone's spectating you.
Oh fuck! I was like, what the fuck? No, that was... That you scared the fuck out of me, man. Holy shit.
Wait,
I just wanted the bike. I jumped, like, out of my chair when that happened.
Yeah, he was hiding.
He was so well hidden. Oh, that's funny. But yeah, also, for those of you guys who haven't tuned in, I just made a Discord recently. So, if you want to join that, we have a link in the description. And I'd love to see you all there. Alright, so we got the top looking a little better. We can beef up. We're going to beef up all of these edge loops, honestly. I think it's just going to look better that way if we do. Perfect. Yeah, that looks pretty good. It's got a lot of shape. I'm gonna actually up the places where he grabs as well. Pull that out on the X and Y axis. Or sorry, the Z and the X axis is more than the Y, because we don't want to necessarily increase the height of the things, but we definitely want to have some places where he can grab easy. Yeah, that's good. That staff's got good shape now. I like it. Now this part's looking a little too thin, so I'm gonna grab these vertexes and just barely increase these just enough to have the form fall through more. Yeah, that's looking way better. Still thin, but it's what the staff looks like. Or, I want money. No, Patrick, stop.
I also want money, but I have it now. Hurrah!
He got his first paycheck from Wizards of the Coast, and he feels like he's ballin'.
I'm a money man now.
It's the best Discord because it has a sandwich chat. Yeah, we do have a sandwich general. If you want to talk sandwiches about me, with me, I will tell you why you're wrong and why my sandwiches are
about me, like it's a verb.
I can't join because I already
Corey,
joined. Very fair.
Is sandwich a verb?
Sandwich can be a verb.
No.
You can sandwich two things.
No.
Yeah.
We just talked about how rape
can
is not a sandwich.
Rape is not a sandwich for sure, but you can sandwich two things. Like, let me see your hand, like.
Yeah?
I just sandwiched your hand.
No, you high-fived it on two sides.
Okay, you're just arguing for the sake of arguing at this point.
Alright, let's add the cloth. I'm gonna make the cloth the same part of the staff here. So it's connected to the top. So this edge loop is where we're going to extrude this from. So I'm just gonna drag and select these faces. And we're gonna hit the extrude button. And extrude that out.
Yeah, we're not getting into this.
What do you consider a sandwich? Oh man.
Oh my god,
We're not getting into
This
this.
argument doesn't go anywhere.
It doesn't need to go anywhere.
No, it's not that it needs to go anywhere, it just doesn't.
This is where the ribbon's gonna be.
Yeah, it's gonna be the ribbon. So I can give you a simple answer. Sandwiches are very clear and defined, and if you need to ask that question,
Okay, what John or what Mark said.
you're just arguing for the sake of arguing. At this point, says Greedy. Yeah.
Fuck you. You're right. Fuck you.
I got my grandpa to say that hot dogs are a sandwich.
We've already established this. Now I have to tell the stream in case you didn't see this. The reason why hot dogs are not a
No,
sandwich.
yeah, okay, go ahead. You tell me.
A hot dog is not a sandwich because if you remove the bun, you still have a hot dog.
For anyone who believes this bullshit, that is the same evangelist bullshit they get like sheep. That's what sheep fall. That's what sheep fall into.
How dare we call it by its name? Oh, that's funny. Alright, I'm gonna add...
That also works for like no other non-sandwiches. Does that mean if I take
Oh, it's the same reason why a hamburger is a hamburger.
if you take off the things it's a ham? Okay, what about a taco?
What's in a taco?
So you take off the taco shell. Is it a taco?
No, a shell does not define a taco.
You take off the tortilla of the taco. Is it a taco?
No, it's... Well, you can have open-faced tacos.
So it has this. That means. Well, you can't have open face. Oh no. That's my point. My point is that if the reason a hot dog is not a sandwich is because it has the quality that if you take off the bun, it is still a hot dog, then that means a sandwich is a sandwich because it has the quality where if you take off the buns, it is no longer a sandwich. Or the bread, whatever. It's no longer a sandwich.
Yeah, then
Which
you have a
means-
salad.
Yeah, fucking tacos have the same quality, so tacos are sandwiches now.
No!
If you take off the shell or the tortilla of a taco, it's no longer taco, so it has the same quality
No,
as
it's
a
not
sandwich.
talking about... No, we're still... You're missing the main difference is if you remove the bun from a hot dog, which is the main thing in the center, that makes it a hot dog. But you can't do that. You can't remove the shell. Like, removing the shell, that leaves you with ground beef. Nothing inside the taco defines the taco. You can put a lot of things in a taco.
We have a lot. I feel like we have a whole different conversation of what's a taco. So let's pick up the taco. Wait, so it's 2 pieces of bread is a sandwich?
No?
Well, because if you take away the stuff, it has the same.
No, it's still just a bun. Or not a bun. Well, it's bread.
It's bread. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to say like your.
I
your
love
hot
this
dog-
because Corey's struggling now.
Because your hot dog. Well, your hot dog thing makes no sense.
It totally makes sense.
It doesn't make sense if you're like rejecting all these other things.
Yes, it does.
No, it doesn't.
Dankman, I'm with you. I'm proud of you for showing me this.
We'll stop.
So yeah, this is our one of many hot dog or sandwich conversations we've had. And probably
Let me
will
show you
come.
my favorite. I don't know if you've ever shared this with people.
Your roommate is right. This goes nowhere.
My favorite arguments about the sandwich thing is that tax laws in the U.S. and different states make federal governments define what a sandwich is for sandwich shop legality. So, like in New York or California, example, hot dogs are sandwiches legally. Like it's the law.
In certain places,
Yeah,
yes.
the laws are for chumps.
Bouncy, that fucking meme you sent me made me laugh so fucking hard. I sent that to everyone.
Our hot dogs tacos.
Our hot dogs tacos. Oh no!
I think tacos have to have a tortilla.
Zarb!
I think tacos have to have a tortilla.
What if you wrap a hot dog in a tortilla?
Oh god.
Jesus! Why, Zarb? Should we bring up fries now? What do fries have to do with it, Mom?
Fries. Should we bring it fried now? Is it fried?
She corrected the fries down
No, see.
I want to know the origin of the hot dog
Yeah,
argument.
they even define a burrito. Okay, so here's something. Quentin brought up this point, and I believe it, right? Mm-hmm. A sandwich.
Quentin's Corey's friend from back home.
A sandwich is you have something made of flour and water, like bread, tortilla, something like that. And corn is a possible ingredient. And inside of it, you have a culture's like.
Cultures.
Like, think about it. Sandwich is like it has all the things from like not a specific culture, but from like a wider culture.
Yeah.
A burrito is what I'm going to define a burrito as a sandwich here. I know you can reject this, but like I'll say taco because it's more cultural. Like it has all of the like the random innings. Like vegetables, it has the protein, it has all the makeup of like a Mexican sandwich or a Latin sandwich or something like that. I'm gonna define pizza as a sandwich here, so hold on. Pizza in Italy is like you just have the bread and then they put whatever they need to eat, like a well-balanced garbage thing in it. Culturally, that's a sandwich.
Culturally, I can't agree with your fucking absurdist definitions.
Well, it's the same purpose.
I guess
it's a cultural sandwich.
Not a cube. I meant to make a sphere.
It's a meat pie a sandwich. Yeah, why the fuck not?
Why? Don't.
Culturally, it's the same.
No,
concept.
cultures have nothing to do with sandwiches. Sandwiches is a definition. Oh my god! Now you got me going. You got me going. I'm upset.
I'm gonna look up. There's a Wikipedia page for a bread sandwich, and I want to tell you if this is a sandwich or not. I think there's a Wikipedia page.
Yeah, no, bouncy.
Sandwich. A toast sandwich is a sandwich made with 2 thin slices of bread. The filling is a thin slice of buttered toast.
No!
An 1861 recipe says to add salt and pepper to taste.
To taste.
And look at it. Toast sandwich. Type sandwich.
This angers me.
I want to see what Wikipedia thinks a sandwich is. Sandwich is a food typically consisting of vegetables, sliced cheese, or meats placed between slices of bread, or generally any dish wherein 2 or more pieces of bread serve as a container or wrapper for another food type.
Container?
Yeah. So that... Laura, does Corey know what he's talking about? Yeah.
No, Corey has no fucking clue what he's talking about. Have you heard his insane ramblings?
Alright, so I will give John some slack here in terms of my definition of sandwich. I think the cultural thing is a little above bounds, but I'm still on for it. I think John is just completely fucking ridiculous because he doesn't think a chicken sandwich is a sandwich.
It's not, it's a hamburger.
That I have made the point that if I were to take me in my position in space and John in his position in space and the space between us, that is a sandwich. In a metaphysical way.
Let that define if Corey's sane or not. More, you should make a competition in sandwich chat. I'm gonna have a sandwich competition to see who can make the best sandwich, and if you don't make an actual sandwich, you're banned.
From your definition?
From my
biased. John's definition, because John thinks like sandwich. Okay, here's another.
I'm sorry, Sandwich King.
Here's another ludicrous.
I noticed. I have a role in my Discord of sandwich lore.
So here's a ludicrous definition of John sandwiches. 1, a peanut butter jelly sandwich is a sandwich because it is a special exception because it's just such a classic sandwich. But a peanut butter and banana sandwich is not a sandwich, or
no, it's not.
Which is ridiculous. Of course, a peanut butter and banana. That's like. It's not like as super popular as peanut butter and jelly, but it's the same fucking concept.
Oh, sandwiches get us riled.
Are panini sandwiches? Yes.
Yes,
right?
of course.
Cool.
Of course.
Just making sure.
They're just pressed.
See, there.
So, guys, during that entire sandwich conversation, I made the ribbon.
It looks like the tongue.
Yeah, it does. It's the same exact method as you saw of using the tongue. We flattened the sphere out. We're going to add a little bit more to this, but hopefully that was clear.
Oh, look at this. Let's look at the history. Salmon and cream cheese sandwiches on pieces of baguette. English sandwich, crustless, on a plate. Sandwich with fried egg, tomato, and cucumber.
It's not a sandwich.
It is a sandwich.
Oh my god.
How is this not a fucking sandwich?
That's a breakfast in
a breakfast sandwich.
No, it's
a sandwich filled with olives and sliced red tomatoes.
Gross. That's just gross.
I think at the very little, like anything edible between 2 pieces of bread is a sandwich. It could be a gross sandwich, but it's a sandwich. Especially if it's just between 2 pieces of bread. And my definition does go further, include tacos and burritos and shit like that. But fucking between 2 pieces of bread, it's a goddamn sandwich. Alright, we'll cool down. Cool it? Cool it?
Sandwiches. Oh shit. New York law, if it's served on something remotely bread, like, guess what, Mark? We're in New York. We're in Washington.
Washington probably has the same laws. I do know, like, open face sandwiches. Yes, no.
It's weird, but yes. I get
Pizzas
it.
are a sandwich.
No, it's not! Pizza's not
Hold on.
Oh,
I have
God.
a piece of bread.
Yeah?
I put tomato sauce.
Why would you put tomato sauce on a
I have a piece
sandwich?
of sandwich. Ketchup,
Uh-huh.
cheese,
Uh-huh.
pepperoni.
That's weird.
Pepperoni can go on sandwiches for sure.
Not unless you have, like, spicy turkey.
Meats aren't conditional.
That's a pairing argument.
Alright, but like I have a piece of bread, I have like ketchup, I have mozzarella, let's say
Sure.
I have pepperoni. Is that a pizza or a sandwich?
That's a sandwich because what defines a pizza is the dough you use. You don't. No, you can't fold. No, fuck you. No.
If you fold the pizza, it's like no, then it's a calzone.
Exactly.
Which is a sandwich.
No, it's not.
I think it's a huge Venn diagram. I think sandwich encompasses so many things.
I hate your umbrella definitions.
One day we'll get together, we'll get a whiteboard, and we'll
We'll
compromise.
define.
We'll get a list of everything, and we'll compromise. Like we'll come up with a compromise where we'll both have to be wrong and be right at certain levels.
I'm down with
We'll
that.
compromise for our definition of a sandwich.
All right. To get back to
This
the
ribbon
bundle.
looks really good. I don't know how you did it. You should explain it.
Exactly. So, if you guys were just thinking about sandwiches and not about modeling, the main purpose of this tutorial, let me tell you what we did. We had an edge loop that was connected here, just from this loop to this loop down here. I added a lot of edge loops to extrude just to make a little random ribbon shape. Cloth is very folded, so you want to add these folds, but when you smooth it out, instead of making it looking harder, it's just going to look like cloth. And we don't need to have it perfectly seamed or extrude, so I just took a sphere here. I stretched it out flat. I took this vertex and rotated it a couple times to create this nice little S-curve. And we don't want to create like the entire flowy shape here that we have. Maybe, not yet. I'm going to talk to ZXC to see if he thinks we should. But this way he can just add the bones in a line. And when the dynamics came on, the ribbon will flow as our character walks. So I'm going to pop that back in. If I go to thing, you can see it's just clipping in there. It's actually clipping a little bit too much. That's really close to coming out.
I need to say something quick. Mark says you can't fold a food and because different food. You can cook eggs and then fold it into an omelet. That is the truth, right?
That's fair. I can't argue that.
And I believe like if technically calzone is more sealed, but if you fold a pizza slice and then you like seal it, I guess, and then maybe cook it a little more, then yeah, that's a fucking calzone, my dude.
I came for a sandwich tutorial. Wait, isn't the sandwich stream with modeling the background? Basically, that's what all my streams turn into, unfortunately. Whatever the main content was gets pushed to the side because sandwiches keep getting brought up and we have to define.
Trying to think of more things you can fold to become different things.
Uh,
Paper into origami, which is not a food, obviously, but it's an example.
Are you that origami's a sandwich?
No, I'm not. I don't
Yeah.
think origami is a sandwich.
Thank
That's
you.
ridiculous.
Alright, guys, I think we modeled our wizard lizard.
Do we have more details we can like put in for fun? Or is
This is where
texture
texturing comes in.
time? Ooh boy.
Um,
Give him little nostrils. Oh, I guess that can just be texture.
No,
Yeah,
you're right
that's
though.
good.
You're right though. We may not with the geometry.
Yeah, not with
yeah.
that. Just I think
That can be textured. So I'm gonna.
Oh,
this
God, now
is.
I'm getting mad. I'm just mad at Corey staring at my eyes while holding a pizza slice. Pizza, he says as he stares. And now if he folds a pizza like calzone, he says ice cream. I mean, yeah, like let's be real. I've actually made calzones before, like in the pizza oven. It's really interesting.
Yeah, calzones are good.
I would say it's not a traditional calzone, but like it's fucking close enough for me, right?
God. So, I don't know what shader this guy is going to use, whether he's going to be using a toon shader or a realistic shader. Either way, he'll look good in both. I'm going to talk to my commissioning a little bit and see what he wants. But we can add a normal map. Now, a normal map is something that it takes... It mimics the illusion of more details. So I'm going to show you how we can do this real quick. I'm going to search up an image of a dog. Because dogs are cute.
I love dogs.
I'm going to take this one.
Oh, I love that dog.
So look at this dog. This is our dog we're going to be using today. I'm going to copy this dog. I'm going to open up Photoshop. Photoshop should already be open because I was making this logo. I'm going to go to new. Actually, wait, no, I don't have CC. So I'm not going to do this. Never mind. I'm going to shut down Photoshop. I'm going to just copy this link. Or actually, I'm going to drag this to the desktop. I'm going to go to fucking normal maps online. And this is what you're going to... I'm pretty sure... No. Yes, that's it. This is a shit program, guys. I'm just showing this for examples. You do not want to generate your normal maps this way, but I'm going to show you what normal maps you can do. So you can see you have a black and white image here. It creates this weird, vibrant, colored one. You may have seen this in working some models. And on this flat object, it gives it this illusion that we have this shape in our object, even though we haven't modeled it at all. It gives it a little more depth than you actually have. So I'm going to load in a...
The dog?
Yeah, we're gonna upload our boy.
Why the dog?
Because I think dogs are cute.
Wait, is the normal map just gonna be of the dog? I'm so
Yeah,
confused.
yeah, it's just gonna be of the dog.
It's not gonna look good, is it?
No, but I'm gonna show you what it looks like.
Oh, we're just showing how.
So I'm gonna drop this in here. I think that works. Yeah, look, there's our boy. Look how happy he is.
Man, look at that normal map.
Yeah, this is what our normal map looks like. It's a little extreme, and I'm gonna download it.
Oh, you're not gonna fix it. You're just gonna. This is just a demonstration of how normal maps work. Right?
Yeah. So
okay.
you can see. Actually, let's fix it a little bit. There we go. We'll have a subtle dog, and I'll download this one. I'm gonna go show this in my folder. I'm gonna drag this to my desktop, but you can't see that, but I'm dragging it on my desktop.
You have Nathan for your episode downloaded.
Fuck yeah! I'm gonna drag this shit over here again. Where's my chat? I lost it. I'm gonna drag that over here. Now I'm gonna select our lizard boy. I'm gonna edit, delete all history, and we're gonna save first, so I don't destroy anything I love. And now, when I save, I'm going to select him. I'm going to go to the attribute editor. And we're going to go to Lambert, which is the material that's assigned currently. We are going to assign a bump map. And bump map is a type of normal maps. But if we go to click this, it's going to open up this create render node. We want to choose a file from our desktop. I'm going to actually switch this to tangent space normals, which is the type of normal mapping you want to use in Maya. Bump maps do similar things, but just tangent space normals, if you can remember that. We're going to need to click them again, and we're going to click this same button again. But now we can choose where we want to assign this. So I'm going to go to Image. I'm going to drag this out here just so you can see. I'm going to go to Desktop. You know what? I'm going to do this so I don't show an image that I don't accidentally want to show. There's a dog. Alright, there's a dog. I'm going to open up the dog. And now if I go to Textured View by hitting 6...
It looks terrible.
It looks awful. But look it. You can see him a little bit. That's his nose. You can see his eyes. Look at all this normal mapping we did. And I'll tell you why this looks bad. Is because we haven't
done anything. Oh, it's on each polygon or something?
Yeah, we haven't UV unwrapped, which is what we're going to do next. This was a mix lesson. I surprised you.
Whoa! I'm learning so much.
Because unless you unwrap your model, you cannot assign textures to it. And that's going to be the issue.
Seems done to me.
Seems done to me. Why do you delete history and then save more? Specifically for Maya. Maya saves every action you do, which is bad. It's good to have the thing, but it makes your file very, very bloated. And if you make your file too bloated, eventually corruptions may happen. So we can't have that. So you delete your history so the file size becomes smaller. So don't be afraid of it. And again, I mentioned this last stream, but I will mention this again because I don't want you guys to fuck up. If you are rigging, do not delete your history. If you delete your history while you're rigging, you will delete everything you've done. And you will be very, very sad. So do not delete history while you're rigging. Delete history every other time.
Consistent.
Yeah. So I'm going to just right click this and I'm going to break the connection so we turn off this map so it doesn't look garbage. But that's what normal maps can do. So let's start unwrapping our boy. It's everyone's favorite. I hate this. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to need to define how many texture sheets this guy's going to have. I think we are going to give him probably just 2, maybe 3. 3 2048 textures, so 2K textures. In the meantime, let's define him. I'm gonna give the body and the eyes and the tongue their own layer. We're gonna do 3 just because it's VR chat, we have room. I'm gonna assign a new layer, or sorry, a new material, and we're gonna choose from our favorite materials, we're gonna choose Lambert. You can get to this menu by right-clicking, I should mention that, and holding. And you can drag down here to go to assign favorite material, Lambert. It's gonna give it a new Lambert. I'm gonna name this M for material _ body. So everything I've had here is going to be attached to the body. I'm going to pick a new color. I'm going to just make him green because he's a little lizard boy. And now I'm going to assign a new layer to the clothes, which is going to include the boots, the medallion, and his cloak. I'm going to right-click, assign favorite material, Lambert. I'm going to name this M, clothes. And we're going to assign it, it's like a brown. So I'm going to go to a brown just to make things a little consistent. Look at that. It's a little more red, but whatever, Christmas. And finally the staff. We're going to give the staff its own thing. And I'm going to assign this new favorite material, Lambert, and we're going to assign this M, staff. Staff. Choose a color, and we're going to make this one a yellow-brown, or just yellowish. Fuck it. Good enough. Enough to see differences. And there's our wizard lizard. I crashed at least 3 times. Already crashed twice so far. Zandario, why? Why are you crashing? Stop.
Stop, loser.
Joey has a bagel, Ryan has a tomato, Matsik has an apple, so why not give your avatar a sandwich? Because I don't want that associated with me. I don't want to pull out a sandwich and have people... Oh, sandwich gets me so up. I don't know, man. I don't fucking know. Anyway, let's start fucking unwrapping things. I'm gonna start with the medallion, because that's really easy. Oh, we will, but this is just assigning materials.
Okay.
So, these are each color is going to be its own UV map or texture map. So, I'm going to select this medallion because it's going to be the easiest thing to unwrap out of this entire thing because it's just a cylinder. I'm going to select every face. I'm going to face, drag, select. And then I'm going to deselect all the back faces because we only want the faces on the front. Turn off soft selection. Soft selection is very, very bad for this. I'm going to go to the front, try to make it as flat as possible. I'm going to go to UV, and I'm going to do my UV camera-based. So when I do that, it's going to make UVs. And I should have switched to the UV editing mode in the workspace up here on the top right. So if I go to UV editing, it's going to create a perspective plane and one that shows the texture sheets. And as you can see here, that has my camera-based thing. So I'm going to drag this to the side. I'm going to take this tool right here. That looks like a cube that's unfolded. I'm going to click that. This is the unfolding tool. Anything that it's going to unfold each UV if you click here, and you can see it's going to make it really flat. Why are these so big? If I'm going to be honest, hold on. They're the edges. Should be like that. Sometimes you have to tell your UVs to stop being stupid. So I'm going to just. Oh, I see the issue now. I'm going to rather select all the inside ones and none of the side or outside ones. I'm going to scale these up to be a little more even, and I'm going to rotate these so the lines aren't as strained. And this will have pretty even. You can see it's about the same width in terms of like this polygon between these two. That's what we want. This is already unfolded for us. Actually, no, it's not, because it's going to be the wrong way. So we're going to go look at it. Just try to get as flat as possible. UV, camera-based, and it's going to make a new one for us. Cool. And then we're going to go to UV unwrapping, and we're unfold it. And look at that, it's done. Guys, we did it. We unfolded this, and now we can apply a texture to this and have it look great. And if I take this and I drag this, I'm going to just put this over in the center here, so it's pretty big. If I go to this material that we have attached to it, and I assign a bump map, I'm going to assign it to tangent space normals. Click again. File. Repetition lets you learn. Look at our dog. It looks just as garbage. There he is!
There's the good boy.
There's our boy. You can see it's now unfolded, and he's ready. He's ready to be put on this model. But you can see how it's added like a lot of fake 3D space, and that's more of what I want you to see, is like it adds depth without actually having polygons there. Good boy. Alright, let me read chat again. It's too late, Mora. You're the sandwich lady. God damn it, Zarb. Sandwich is stapled on you permanently already. I know, Creamy. You should replace Mora's gun with PB&J, but that's barely a sandwich, Mom. No, it's a sandwich. I won't argue that. You know what? It's too late. Might as well embrace it. I hate this part of modeling. Yeah.
John does too.
Yeah, UV unwrapping sucks. It's the least fun part, but it leads into the funnest part of texturing. It's really good. So I'm gonna break the connection here for this UV. We don't want the dog here. I'm gonna leave these outside of the circle right now, because we're gonna need to put all materials that are red on this one sheet. So I'm just gonna keep them on the side, and we'll resize them later. So next, let's do the boots. I don't need to unwrap both boots. They're completely identical. So I'm going to just select one. I'm gonna select one of these and delete them. Yeah, don't these UVs look great?
Yeah.
This is why you unwrap, because this is what UVs look like until you touch them. So I'm gonna delete the boot. I'm gonna isolate the boot by clicking the isolation button up here. We're gonna do the insides first, because they're the hardest to undo. I'm gonna select this edge loop, which is gonna select that. I'm gonna select this edge loop. And then I'm gonna leave it like that because that's the inside circle. I'm gonna try to get this as flat with my camera as possible. Go to UV, camera based, boom. And you can see we have a circle now. I'm gonna drag this over here because our other UVs are over here. Flatten tool, and then we just touch it. Boom, it's flattened. Now we're gonna do same thing with everything else. I'm gonna select these, and I'm gonna select everything out here. Now by doing this, I'm gonna select the UVs on the inside. I'm gonna tab these out. That's a dono. Hold on. What was sent to me? I have only dogs on my internet right now. Hold on. Nope. Dog search. It is Biatch sending $1. About Lampshade Guy. I meant the comic thing I made of him. And it's a big boat in the middle of the Area C. The network has a group policy that prevents login of YouTube. Oh, that's right. Yeah, you were telling me about that. If I made a new account, I still couldn't. Who's the idiot now, Grady? What's
happening?
The guy works on a company in the middle of the ocean, and he can't make a new account because they restrict it. So this is how he can contact with me. This is hilarious and also sad. But thank you for being such a dedicated donor. Donor.
Thanks for funding our breakfast.
Honestly, yeah, we had a great breakfast, which I'm gonna attribute is probably on you.
Which ocean's he working in?
I don't fucking know. Which ocean you working in, man?
Hold on. If he has to donate to answer that question,
yeah, he does.
Then I don't care now. I don't want to waste money to answer that.
Which one are you on? Oh, can you set your dono minimum to like 100?
I could. No one would do it. That's funny. I had to embrace the "Are you from Skyrim? Do you have an Aryan knee and you shouldn't be out killing dragons?" Yeah, I believe that. There's a lot of that in all this community. So, back to modeling. I'm gonna make sure everything connects there, and we're gonna select every edge loop that we can up to here. Because we want this other part to be its own separate UV. Now we're going to use a different thing rather than camera-based this time. We're going to use cylindrical. So if you use cylindrical mapping, it's going to bring up this scary tool. Don't worry about it. You click the button, you're done. Hit W to translate again. You're going to pull this down, and congratulations, you have your UV. It did it a little bad, so I'm going to cut the edges here, which is good to show you guys. You select these 3 edges, and then you're going to click this button. I'm going to spam it a couple times to really make sure it works. That's going to cut these UVs here to make them their own shell so I can pull them off. I'm going to pull this over here, because this is supposed to connect here. There's a donation. Grady, you made him donate again. I'm near positive it's going to be him again. No, it's Rathios!
Oh, good.
Rathios said 245, saying, "Do you know sandwich?" Rathios? No. No, none of us know sandwich. He has this image that he sends me a lot. It's gonna be in Sandwich General somewhere. I think it's the top post. He's one of the first posts in Sandwich Gen.
You can pin posts if you want to look at them later.
Yeah, it's just at the top. She sends me this every time. Pinned. Because that is the banner for this fucking thing. Also, apparently I don't know if I sent you this, there's Sandwich Police. Like,
you know, it's not real.
No,
no, it's a town called Sandwich.
Is that what it is?
No shit.
I don't know. There's a lot of images of the Sandwich Police.
Hold on, Corey. Is a town called Sandwich a sandwich?
I know Sean says yes.
Sean is wrong. Thank you, Rathios, man. You're great.
Did you say yes, Corey?
Maybe the sandwiches are maybe the real sandwiches are the friends we made along the way.
So you don't have to like break down it.
Is Seattle a Seattle?
I mean, I don't know what a Seattle is.
I think a town called Sandwich is a sandwich with a capital S.
I'm gonna select these edges here, and you can see they sew together. And now if I hit this button, this is gonna sew them together and move them together. And look at that, boom, good. These buttons are all very confusing. Honestly, I use about 4 of them. They are hard to hover. They're hard to know. You have to, if you hover over them, down here, it'll display what these tools do if you're confused. So right over the cut tool here, it'll say separate the UVs along the selected edges and stuff like that. So you can figure out what these do instead of seeing what weird iconography they happen to do.
I think Zarb is right.
Zarb was right. The sandwich is a friend. You're welcome. Yeah, you're awesome, Rathios. Rathios, how are you not a fucking mod in my chat? Why is it posting up there? There you go, Rathios. You're a powerful boy now. You can control my chat. All right. So now that that's unwrapped, we're gonna take that and put that over here. We're gonna select everything else that's not the bottom of the shoe. So I'm just gonna drag select here, and that's gonna select some other things. But now I can hold Control to deselect, and if I drag these on here, it'll deselect them. Now I'm also going to deselect the faces below the shoe because we do not want these. Control, click to deselect the edge loop. I'm gonna deselect here and then hold Control and double tap to deselect here to deselect that row. Do the same thing here and then deselect that triangle. Now this one I'm gonna do camera based, which is gonna look weird because you can't really see it, but it's like that. And if I do UV camera based, there's our shoe. Look at it. I'm going to use the flatten tool because it really needs to be flattened out. And there we go. We have our shoe. We'll drag that over here. And finally, if we just drag select again and we have the bottom of the shoe, deselect everything that's already been UV'd. And now if I go to UV, camera based, our shoe is done. We fully unwrapped the shoe. It's very simple and very easy. So there we go. Our shoe is unwrapped now. And if I unhide, we still have only one shoe, so all we gotta do is go to select it, go to mesh, mirror, and we're gonna mirror on the x-axis, or sorry, the z-axis, and boom, our shoe is done. This one shares the UVs of this now. So if you go to shell and click once, there's actually the second UV underneath of the other shoe. And in fact, I'm gonna undo what I did right now. I'm not going to duplicate this shoe yet until my UV sheet is fully mapped out. So it's just easier to make the sheet look good. So next is the cloak. Let's isolate the cloak. Now this is going to be, I'm in Facebook. What?
It is pooped on forever.
No, I can bring it back. Oh my god.
So where does poop go?
I can select this now. Now this is going to be a little interesting. So we're going to be using cylindrical selection or UV unwrapping for this, but we need to basically make one of the inside and one of the outside. So this is going to be a lot of edge loop selections, but here we fucking go. I'm going to select the out ones here, out here, out here. Now I can't do this one because if I click the loop here, it's going to select the verts on the inside, and we don't want that. So I'm going to deselect that. And now we're going to use a new tool I don't think we've used before. That's the selection brush. It brings up a brush that it's like this. If you hold B and then click, you can drag its size out to be anything you want. And then you can just click and it'll start painting the polygons in the general area. And this is pretty good. It shouldn't select any on the inside, but we're going to double check just make sure that's not. I mainly just want to use it to get this collar so it's not as much clicks. We're going to drag here. Drag up there. Drag. And drag. Perfect. So, none on the inside selected. We did get the trim on the outside here, but we actually want that for this one. So, I'm going to hold shift to keep adding to the selection, click, and then double click the side one, and now we're going to catch the edge loop of the side ones. Oh, we missed a lot of polygons here, it seems. So, I'm just going to select those real quick. Click with shift, double click with shift, and the same thing for this one. There we go. Now we have the entire outward side of the cape selected. I'm going to go to UV, cylindrical, and we're done. It's unwrapped for that. This one's a little messy as we had last time, so I'm going to cut the edges here by selecting, cutting, go to shell so I can drag this shell of the UV going. I'm going to drag it into position over here. I'm going to select the edges that will sew together, which is going to be those 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then I'm going to sew them together. Boom. Easy. Select it. We're going to unwrap. Drag out. Unwrap. There we go. His outward side of the cloak is unwrapped. And now we already have the outside selected, so if I just hold shift and drag, it's going to deselect what we had, and then we're going to add to the selection what we didn't. Now we have the inside. I'm going to do the same exact thing. UV, cylindrical, unwrap. How'd that one look? Same issue. Same polygons, actually. So we're going to do the same thing. Just cut. Oh, double clicking too much. Select these edges. Cut. Shell. And drag.
It is our failure to become our perceived ideal.
And select the edges.
And makes us unique.
This one.
It's not easy.
And then we'll sew together.
If you accept your
Boom.
misfortune
Done.
and handle it right,
UV can be easy.
failure can become a catalyst.
But I'm honestly doing the easy stuff first. Uh-oh.
Ooh, gross.
Uh-oh, what's this? Do we have an issue here? We do. Now, you can't have your UVs overlap like this. It can't read the texture data that way. So how the fuck do you fix this? Let me show you. I'm glad this happened, actually. You're going to select all the faces you want. And this may be a little hard to select because you're overlapping with things, but you just gotta keep doing it until you get the face that you want. There you go. And we're just going to rotate this out. And then move it to the side. Now, these polygons are a little stretched here. So what we're going to do, instead of, before I've just been hammering a smooth tool on the entire object on the outside, I'm actually going to lower the brush by holding B and dragging in a lot. And we're only going to soften how this connects. So it's an easier, softer selection. Also, if I grab this and go to the full shell and now try to do it, it's going to be more interactive rather than just what I've selected. So that's unwrapped fully, and now you don't have an overlap. What? Why? You have the power now, Rathios, because you're a good boy. Join me in inducing power. Yeah, Zarb. I can't. I'm gonna smash myself with beer soon. Rathios, I want to get drunk with you, but it's also only like noon. Or 1:26, you know? Same. Amora, I broke Cookie Clicker. Why are you playing Cookie Clicker? Okay, I'm gonna go now. Bye and have a good stream, dude. Thanks for coming by. Games with Gaces? Something like that. I hope I didn't read that too late. See you around, dude. But yeah, there we go. Our cloak is completely done. We select the shell and I can rotate it. There we go. So cool. Now, if I go back to having all the things selected, if I select every object that's red, you can see all our UVs here. We have a little bit of overlap, so I'm going to drag these out. And now these are all good, so I'm going to scale these to how much information I want these to actually be on the texture sheet. So the boots can be pretty low res. I'm going to make every object about the size of one cape. And this medallion, I'm actually going to keep pretty large because we want the detail to be pretty decent. So I'm going to shrink the back side of it, though, to like near nothing. We don't want to have too much texture information there because it's unneeded. I'm going to select drag all of these. I'm going to go to polygons. I'm going to drag down the layout. I'm going to click this. It's just going to fit this to the best it can into the texture sheet. And that way I don't have to do any thinking of myself. It just does it the best it can.
But you still can move stuff around.
Exactly. And you can see they're going to try to touch things as close as possible. But hey, make things easier on you, especially if you're going to be doing Photoshop texturing. Budge some things around. I'm going to rotate this on its side so it makes more room. Now we have no overlapping here. I can drag these out more. I'm actually going to put the medallion thing over here because we have a lot of space. This up here, with the shoe not touching, and this is not touching the edge anymore. And this I can budge to not touch the very edge too much. There we go. Look it, we're done texturing, or done UV unwrapping for the red material. Now we only have 2 left. Very simple. We're going to save the lizard boy for last because he's going to be the hardest one. I'm going to edit, delete all history, and then save. Almost 11 p.m. here. Damn, Rathios. Fucking EU over there, man, I swear. More. Did my donation go through? Frosty Cobra. I don't think I got anything from you. Let me double check. Because I didn't hear Nichijiro if you did. Yeah, it doesn't look like it, Frosty. Look at Discord and you'll see how I broke it. I'll check it out in a bit, Renegade. Well, I'm gonna go have fun, everyone. Peace. See you around, Rathios. Have a good one, man. Mom, you're still here? Are you playing WoW in the background, or are you just listening to me ambiently chat? So, let's select new object here. So, if I select this now, yeah, there we go. Now, that's not a good UV unwrap, that's not what we want. I'm going to isolate this ribbon. This ribbon's going to be a little interesting. We're going to cut the seams down the center. Sarp, you don't play WoW, do you? Yo, you do! You are playing WoW in the background. What the fuck? What server are you on? Do you happen to be on Suramar? So I'm gonna select this side to the best of my ability by selecting these edge loops. That shouldn't take. There we go. Ah, damn. I was hoping you were on. If we could play together, man, that would have been great. I mean, not that I really play much. I've just been playing Battle Pets because goddamn, Battle Pets is new and I've never seen it. I quit during Kata, so there's a lot I have to see. So with these selected, I'm gonna go to UV, camera based, and it's gonna take that side. And I'm just gonna hold shift to select the other side, and I'm gonna do the same thing. Camera based. Actually, sorry, we gotta flip it to actually look at the camera. And now we're gonna do camera based. There we go. And now we're gonna fold these both. Select this shell. Smooth out. There we go. So these look a little shit. Honestly, these are not great unwrapped. The way they did it is very bizarre, honestly. But you know what? The program we are using doesn't care about it. As long as the information is there, it can work very nicely. You saw me paint the other character. Scale these to be about the same size, roughly. Oop. Undo. There we go. Bring this to the side. And now let's do the staff. We're going to separate the staff into two major pieces. Before ribbon and after ribbon. So I'm going to select every face from here down. This color's a little hard to see selections, honestly, so I'm going to just real quick switch that to be a different color. We're going to make it like a purple, just so it's very simple to see what I've selected and what I haven't. That's actually not too much better. It's just because of the amount of faces. I guess I'm just going to fucking deal. So we're going to select all these faces. Everything but the bottom is... Wow, did I actually do that perfectly?
Wow, did I do that?
No, I didn't. Okay, I thought I didn't get the bottom. We don't want the bottom part here, so I'm going to deselect this. Okay, and now I'm going to cylindrical unwrap. There it is. Perfect. Always something to fix. Gonna cut these edges off. Shell. Oh, see, that's why we cut a lot. It didn't work. I must have not had something selected. Cut the edges. Shell. There's a donut sound. Alright, let's see. It is from Creamy Demise, $5. Cops and sandwiches. What about Jill sandwich? Sorry, Mora, I couldn't resist. By the way, my first donation ever, if that counts for anything. Yahaha. Thank you so much, Creamy Demise. I've seen you in every single one of my streams I've done so far, so thank you for tuning in, man. Thank you so much. It means a lot to me. I know, Systems. I haven't played so much in so long. I'm playing tonight, though. After I'm done with D&D, I'm gonna come home and play. I know you're probably asleep, unfortunately, during that time, but... Hey, man, you actually got your computer fixed. Hell yeah. Welcome back. Yeah, I've just been really busy, Systems, with schoolwork and life, but I want to try to make time to do this, keep my modeling things up, because this is also going to help me with my portfolio, which is the main thing I'm trying to do right now is, you know, get a job. And now I'm going to select these two shells because they are already separated. I'm actually going to separate the ribbon into its own shell, so it's easy to paint and make sure that everything's done well. Okay, it's part of the different shells. So I'm going to select all these edge loops. And we're going to cylindrical map. Oh, I got distracted by a donut. I forgot to sew this together. So if I select these edges, and then we just sew, boom, done. Easy. And then we're going to unwrap that as well by smoothing. Hold B, click, and now we can smooth this out. Same thing for this one. We actually have to re-sew these. Edge, edge, cut, shell, drag. So, smooth that out.
Hey y'all. Hey Shevchenko. God, I can't read. Hello Mora. I'm a bit late to the stream, but here I am. What did I miss?
Okay, we've done a lot, my man. We are now done modeling the Wizard Lizard. We're moving into the texturing part of things. So,
What we've covered to recap real quick?
is we opened his mouth. We made the mouth open. We want to keep the mouth slightly agape so the rigger can do a better job of animating it. We've added more edge loops to add more definition. On the inside, if I go to preview mode, we have a tongue that we've added. We kept it really long and it's down in his throat. It actually clips out of his body a little bit, which is probably something I'm going to fix. So that way he can have this crazy little tongue back here. We fixed a little bit of his eyelids. And yeah, and we added the ribbon to the staff, and now we're unwrapping. Unwrapping is the act of being able to put textures on things.
Oh, there's the Nichijou sound. Let's see. Empionage, again, $1. Usually we operate in the Mediterranean Sea near Iraq or Bahrain? But currently heading down towards the equator. I don't mind talking through donos. Breakfast is on me. And what did Corey think the last time?
It's Lampshade guy art I made him, the superhero one.
Oh yeah, that was sweet.
I sent that to him while I was working. He just said fucking nice. So
Thank you so much again, Empionage. You're way too generous.
what were we doing? We unwrapped the ribbon. So now we have to unwrap the upper parts, which if I go to UV here and then shell, I should be able to select both of these. Cool. And we're going to do the same thing. Let's gamble and see how cylindrical unwrapping works. Probably not good if I'm going to be honest, but we're going to check. Yeah, that looks like shit. Yeah, we don't want
Wow,
that.
that's awful.
Yeah. That's not good. Okay, so we're going to unwrap this a little differently. I'm going to unwrap from this view, camera-based. Now this is going to look bizarre, but I need you to all trust me. I'm going to select the edges here. I'm going to select the edge loop. So it's going to go all the way across to connect there. Now I'm going to deselect anything else that it touches in this information here. Oh, I can't. It does there, though. Okay, I'm going to do it on the actual object on the outside. And I got a couple more here, I think. Yeah. Touching the ribbon. And now if I zoom in here, and I cut it a bunch of times, it's going to separate the UVs on that edge. So what that's going to allow us to do is if I select the shell here, and this is a lot of polygons, so I'm going to delete history and save real quick in case
The thing decides it wants to die. Save.
And now if we select this and try to smooth it out, it should unfold. It's struggling a little bit. Okay, let's see here. Let's try to fix this more. Where does this connect? What is this? You hit F, it's going to highlight whatever you have selected. That, of all things. Yeah, this is not great UV unwrapping. I'm going to try to smooth things incidentally on the inside with a smaller brush. So I can push and pull things around. Just click a little bit. Oh, that's what I did. Okay, that's why it's not unfolding well. Because I have these selected. You want to deselect all these faces. We'll UV unwrap these themselves. Otherwise, you're just gonna have a lot of issues. That's gonna be part of it. So if I shouldn't have clicked those. I should have just not invert the pin. Do not invert the pin. Select the edge. We're gonna select this edge loop, and then we're gonna cut. Separate the shell from the main piece. And now this should unwrap a little better. Yeah, there we go. Now, something's struggling down here. Fucking stop inverting pin. There we go. Actually, no, that's not good. Okay. Interesting. You know what? It's just kind of a weird shape in general. But it's okay. We're going to be adding like a wood texture here anyway, so it can be a little rough. I'm just going to leave this as it is because I know my program that I'm using can handle this. And you can see it fixed the circle by just smoothing it out. So it looks shitty. Kind of is shitty. But you know what? We're rebels. And you can see the circle still from the bottom down here already unwrapped for us. So we're going to take our two circles. Make them about the same size. And both these need to be upped a little bit because they need to be at the same size of the base of where it's going to wrap. Stop snapping. Okay, that's good. Sure, why not? Now if we select both pieces, we have the things in there already, and then we're just going to UV layout. How's that look? Cool. So this is the ribbon. This can be way smaller than it actually is. And we want to increase the size of these main parts of the ribbon because it's going to have a way more texture space. This is the top of the staff, so this needs a little less than this. I'm going to move the circles up and out of here. I'm going to increase the size of this to be about half the texture because this is the long part of the... Oop, too much. Calm down. This is about... this is the majority of the staff. Since it's the entirety of the bottom, like that. Ooh, shit. Whoopsie. Alright. Here we go. Shrink it a little bit, just to keep these corners inside. Pull these down so we can make more room. This circle can fit right there. I'm going to shrink it a little bit just so it can fit. This doesn't fit anymore. So I'm going to rotate this on its side. Make sure it fits up there. This needs to move somewhere else as well. Uh-oh. We're having sizing issues.
Can you pause put the circle down here?
That's what I'm going to try to do.
I guess it doesn't matter.
It's a minor piece.
Right.
Now that's also the top one, so I guess I'm a little more than this one, but it's okay. Now for this Fermi-like shape. Let's see if rotating it on its sides actually create more room. By we're close. Nope. Okay. We're just gonna shrink these both a little bit just to make more room. Now they can definitely fit.
Oh no, it only did it in some parts. I wrote a story for you, John.
What?
I wrote a story and I put it in your chat.
I hate you more.
No, hold on. It only sent it the two of the parts. It didn't send the third part.
Okay. I'll wait.
Yeah. It's a good joke. Oh, fuck, dude.
I think you ruined the joke by telling me, but...
Yeah, because it fucked up. Now my notepad thinks I want to Google Euros.
I won't read chat for a little bit, I fucking guess. I'm working out the size here just because we have the room. No reason to minimize texture information if we don't need to.
I get it, Zarb. I fucking missed the part.
I gotta go for a bit, says Zarb. See you around, Zarb. I hope you come back.
right.
Have a good time. All right, I'll read it. I see
You
the
read
order.
the top, bottom, middle.
I hate you, Mora. You've disgraced my family. They were once rich with business and friends. For 20 years, they ran the same sandwich shop in unrivaled popularity. They sold all sorts of sandwiches. Burritos, pizza, euros, and even s'mores. These are not sandwiches. Ever since your stream blew up, we've lost everything. People call us liars. You're responsible for our poverty. We've closed. Do you know our name? Do you even know the name of the shop you've destroyed with your ignorance? I want you to remember us, Sparky Sandwiches. That's all it's funny. I knew it was coming. They don't get that joke. I'm sorry, Corey. Hey, go follow Corey. He doesn't do anything.
No, I don't do anything.
So go follow him. Maybe he'll do something.
I'm heading out too, says my mom. Cooper wants his walk. Go walk my little boy. Cooper's a cute pup. I hate you guys. Fucking see ya. Bye, Mom. Enjoy Cooper. I have a picture of Cooper on my desktop, I think. Actually, no, it has a photo of me in it, so I can't show that. Oh, no, here's Coop.
Ah, he's a good boy.
Look at my pup. He's a good boy.
That should have been the texture.
That should have been the texture. It would have been very blurry. He's a good puppy boy. Alright. There we go. Sweet. Now that's done. Now we're going to move on to the main event. Him. Oh, also, now that we've UV unwrapped, we can just mirror this boot now. So, mesh, mirror, on Z, fucking done.
The UV's fine.
Yep. It's gonna mirror the UVs that it has, so if I pull this now, you can see that there's another one underneath for the second boot.
Okay.
I know, but that's the only picture I have that doesn't have me in it, Mom.
Are you afraid of people knowing who you are?
I don't want people to see my face. It's half of the illusion.
Is it?
Yes.
Gonna post your
I'm a
face in
cutie
chat.
cop. No.
Why not?
You post my face in chat, you're banned for my life.
My life.
John, you paid me rent today.
I did. I did. Alright, let's do his tongue first, because I like to keep the hard parts last so I can end my suffering faster. Or for later, rather. We're going to do the same thing we did with the flag. I'm going to do an awkward angle like this.
Is this the tongue or the tail?
This is the tongue.
Okay.
UV, camera based. Drag it to the side. I'm going to cut it directly underneath because it's the part that's going to be seen the least. Cut the sewing there. Go to shell. Smooth it out. Make a big brush. Boom. Perfect tongue. Done. Drag it to the side. Eyeballs. Okay. We're going to delete one of the eyes. What is God, my eye. Rip his eye out. I'm going to zoom in on there. We're going to do a wonderful tool called spherical. It's just like the other, like cylindrical.
Gross.
It looks gross, it does. But when you smooth it out, it still looks gross.
Less gross.
But here's the deal. All we want to make sure is that the outside part of the eye, like the clean one in here, is the one that's going to be seen. And it is. Because this is clean. This is gross. These will show texture scenes. But we will never see the inside of the eye, hopefully. Like... That's as far. Honestly, I could probably cut this side out and nothing would happen. But I'm gonna keep this for the sake of consistency. So look at that. The eye's unwrapped. Isn't modeling easy, guys?
I'm still using a voice changer.
What? Lies. We all know you're an anime cop. You goddamn right I am. Pop in to say hello. Hey, what's up, Cavix? How you doing, man? Yeah, this is not my natural voice. I'm a cute little anime girl. Always believe that and always embrace that. That's who I am. Love you too, Mom. Bye bye. Alright. Let's just separate, just so we can only see his body now. If I could fucking select his body. There we go. Isolate it by hitting the isolation button. There we go. He's our naked little boy. So bodies need to be cut at a lot of places because you can't just cut him in half and flatten. That's gonna look really shitty. So here's the ways you can do this. There's seams and textures. You've seen how we've cut the eye. Like eyes, I said, is gonna have some seams. Now, if you want textures to look good, you want to cut where your clothes seams are, like your actual clothes. Look at your shirt right now.
you can look on top of your shoulder that it goes down to about here to where it connects, which is why we have this box here. So you want to cut your seams where actual clothing seams are. Now, unfortunately for our lizard, he's not wearing actual clothes, besides the cloak. This is very good if you're like doing like an anime model. Any clothing, you're going to want to cut at the actual seams of the clothes. It's just going to look more natural, and it's going to be very unnoticeable. You also have seams running down your side here, and generally you want to cut at the belt for more complex models. But we actually don't need to do this for our lizard boy. I'm going to, since his body is completely mirrored, I'm going to go into orthographic view here, and we're going to cut our boy in half again. Because torture the lizard. And cut in half. Zoom in and get a tail bit, so you always miss, John. Good. So this way we only have to UV half of him, and when we mirror him, just like the boots, it'll have the same mirrors, and we don't have to texture the same things. So, let us continue. I'm going to start with the arms. So I've made a nice little seam here, which I can select. I'm gonna have to select the list manually because it's not a true edge loop. It's a boxy edge loop. I don't know the actual name, but that's what I call it. And go through and select the edges here, connect it. If I should be able to switch to vertex and just move this, and then if I switch back to edge, it'll still have things selected. Yeah. So, why did I select this first? Okay, first and foremost, I need to fucking select all of everything I want to UV and UV unwrap it. And go to selection brush, hold shift, and just add that. There we go, perfect. So we're going to UV, camera based, and just drag this shit over there. We didn't need to select the edge, ignore me, but I made that edge loop a little better. Now we have the hand attached to that. The hand needs to be its own UV. You can see how complex that information is. So I'm going to select the edge loop that is created at the wrist, and I'm going to just hit the cut button. Now I can remove this shell. Oop, didn't work. Okay, let's see why not. Let's select around. Okay, didn't select these last two for some reason. Doesn't consider them a true edge loop, so we're going to just select those and now cut again. Select the shell. Now we can remove the hand. Now for this, we are going to select the seam that goes underneath the arm. Your clothes will have a seam. I'm moving my arm like it matters.
Yeah, you're doing a visual demonstration.
I know. I realize this is hard. I'm sorry. The seams underneath the arm, this is how your clothes will actually connect at a long sleeve shirt. Even on a short sleeve, your seam will do this. So we're going to select the edge all the way up to here, where we cut the object. And now if I cut them at that edge, I can unwrap it. Shrink down the unwrap size. Mesh has non-manifold UVs. Clean up the mesh before unfold. Okay, so that means I fucked up somewhere. I have a polygon that is more than 4 sides, which we cannot have. Or there's overlapping polygons, or there's something else going wrong. So here's what we're going to do. In order to make this better, we need to clean up our mesh. So first and foremost, I'm going to go to edit mesh, and we're going to go to merge. This is going to merge any duplicate or vertices that are on top of each other, and I'm going to switch this distance threshold to 0.1 and hit enter. That's really bad. Don't do that. Not 0.1. Keep it at 0.01 like it did. So you're going to have to keep it like that, and then just keep it at enter. To answer your question, Derek, why can't you have a poly with more than 4 sides? Because you can't. I don't know the actual reasoning, but programs get very upset at that. You can't run games with polygons that have more than 4 sides. The only acceptable amounts are 4 for a quad or a triangle. because as you see, if I go to mesh, triangulate, every quad is actually a triangle.
Yeah, I would assume it's because everything bigger than a square can be defined as triangles.
Yeah.
There's no need to like do octagons or pentagons because they are just triangles, and squares are an exception just because you don't want so many triangles. Squares are probably just like you
Easier
want
to
to
work
look at. Yeah, easier to work with. It's easier to look at than triangles. So every square is just secretly some triangles that you don't know about.
What's the question?
You're just talking about
why you can't have polygons bigger than
four sides. Yeah. So after we do the average vertices, what we're going to do,
That's pretty much it.
That's fair. That's fair.
what we're going to do is go to mesh and then clean up,
Somewhere?
No, it's
which is down here. So there's going to be a lot of options here. The ones you're going to care about is faces with more than 4 sides, non-planar faces, and you're going to want to check mark both of these Lamia faces, which is faces that are sharing an edge, and then non-manifold geometry. So make sure these 4 are selected, and then if you hit clean up, it's going to clean up the mesh. It's triangulated it. I do not want this guy triangulated, so I'm going to go back, I'm going to undo that cleanup, and I'm going to figure out what's happening here. So, let's see. Let's check off non-planar faces, maybe? Clean up? Yeah, non-planar faces is doing that. Keep non-planar faces, in this case, checked off. We're just trying to make this look as best as we can. In the meantime, his neck's a little flat here, I just noticed, so I'm going to grab these like 5, and then turn on soft selection and pull that out a little bit. Round it out a bit more. There we go. Cool. And now we're going to select this. Good job, Corey. And now I'm going to unflatten this. There we go. Now it unflattens. There we go. Nice. Every square is basically triangles. Hell yeah, man. Alright, we're going to worry about the hand last because I fucking hate hands. Hands are the worst thing to unwrap. It doesn't matter what art
you're
medium
first.
you're
John
on.
hates hands.
I hate hands.
Hates hands.
Hates hands.
I'm actually going to remove
Hands. No more hands in
Remove
this
hands from the world.
no, I'm going to remove the edge loop for the leg here, which is apparently not a true edge loop. But it's going to be at the underwear line. And now we get to the exciting part of trying to figure out what the fuck happened in the grundle.
The grundle. What happened in the grundle?
And now we can... Again, I forgot to just UV unwrap this, or not UV unwrap this, but solidify the mesh. So, unlike anime models that have a very short neck that has a clear line where you can cut it, our lizard boy is very long, and his neck is connected. So I'm gonna turn on the clothes. Where can we hide it? All right, you won't see the seam if it's really deep in here. So I'm gonna cut the neck at this this line here. But again, I have to fucking unwrap it because I'm a
Go
god.
back to the clip. I think you should do it higher because there's like a little opening here.
Well, if I go back to edges, let's see. Oh, you're right. I should grab it one higher than that. Okay, that's easy enough. I will select the top line here, and then when I come back to edges, it'll come back. So in the meantime, I gotta go to faces. I'm going to select every face, deselect the ones I've already unwrapped. I said deselect the ones I already. Fuck you. Do what I say. Face. Oh my god. Deselect the one. I'm gonna select all this garbage here. That's gonna select everything that I haven't unwrapped. We're gonna do this at the side. There's gonna be a lot of things we're gonna cut here and re-UV unwrap, but this is how we're gonna start it. So we're gonna do it camera based, and you can see our lizard boy is unwrapped. Look at him. So now if I go to edge mode, well, first and foremost, I'm gonna go select my object. I'm going to hide it, and then I'm gonna go to edge mode, which should nope, doesn't have it selected. I think we chose like fucking this one.
Okay.
It's a cool idea for an RPG system.
Okay.
So
We're gonna talk about it right here?
let's see.
Okay. I was like, you walked, you like, you got up like I needed to like.
No, it's great.
Secret.
Alright, so
Yeah, you're gonna hear the entire thing. So let's hear their RPG idea.
like
In
every
the meantime,
shape of dice is maybe it's gonna do some kind of hit like wizard. So here's
Shell.
how I do. I have like lists.
I'm gonna take the head off.
To cast a spell, I will.
I'm gonna select the tail of where it's connected.
6 is the spell.
Wait, so you're playing Yahtzee?
With the spell. So like you the spell list and it's like.
I think that got the top.
Roll a bunch of dice. Yeah.
See, this is why I'm trying to find it, but I can't see it. So I'm gonna hide the. Hide this. Select this. Select the last thing.
You can
Cut.
do that for anybody. person page. If you ever put their page.
We're gonna remove the tail for now. And now we're just gonna focus on the body. We're gonna cut at the underwear line for their
You roll even, or if you roll over 15.
for our legs, because we're gonna separate these into their own
So you can do
UVs.
that with more than just mages. You have a cleric where it's like your healing spells that they start rolling. Yeah, I'm playing Yahtzee.
There we go.
I love the idea of like
Cut.
my equipment all add dice to my dice pool. And
Shell.
then I roll my dice pool.
And we're gonna cut on the inside here, because if you look at your pant legs, they have their seam going down the center here. So we want to do the same thing. And and we're gonna just lower the unwrap brush.
Give me a thing. Make sure you lock this tape down because we've made
There we
2 pretty sweet RPG systems. And if we're gonna rank
His
them,
grundle is still connected here, which is gonna have a weird little circle on the inside there.
Because we got the one where it's you make your own class.
But that's
and we got
okay.
this one. We can combine them.
The grundle's gonna be a little bumpy anyway, but we'll work with it.
Alright, I'm replacing Corey for the next minute.
All right, Grady's now the new Corey, guys. Welcome,
I'm the new Corey.
everyone. Let's just see how this looks. First off, I'm gonna save history or delete history and then save because I haven't done that in a while. So we go to 21 here.
Blackjack.
21, yes. And with that we can let's just see if the face works. No, it did not work. We're gonna undo that. I'm gonna select the inside of the mouth because the mouth is gonna be its own thing. Yeah, he's a cute little lizard boy. Select the edge loop there. Hold on. Oh fuck. Edge loop. Edge loop. Edge loop. Edge loop. Oh nope, not that edge loop. Stop there. And we're just gonna select the top faces. We're gonna look on the inside. UV. Camera based. Just gonna put it up there. Gonna pull it down. Unwrap it. Flatten it. The inside of the mouth's very low poly, but it's okay. I made it more. I was so asleep. Sorry. That's okay, man. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, this is Corey 2.0. His name is Grady.
I wouldn't say 2.0. I'd say like 1.0.4.
So to answer your
For minor revisions.
to answer your question, Cyanide, I do save as different Maya files just because I want to. If I have backups. If I ever go back and like have a file that corrupts, I have something that's at least not starting from scratch again. So
It's why you rotate your saves on old memory cards.
yep, exactly. I think it's worth mentioning there's a mod for Skyrim that places the court wizard with a white front ranger with a Argonian, and it's called Franga the Lord Lizard. Hell yeah, man!
This is, but it just now make a mod where you put my lizard wizard instead, instead of an
Hey, the
Argonian.
model will be there.
Make all Argonians my lizard wizard.
It can't be lizard wizard. They gotta be lizard sword fighters.
No,
Wizard
no,
thieves.
only wizards.
Only wizards. Wow.
Okay, we're gonna shrink this down again. Maybe now. Yeah, that's actually not bad. He looks stupid, but that's actually a really good unwrap for a face, if I'm real. It's gonna have a seam going down the middle, but if we do the blending right, we will never see it. A lot of times you don't want to cut down the middle for the faces. You just will you'll do it at the fronts and then flatten it out so you get the sides. But this guy is so symmetrical and his face is weird that I think we can get away with this. So let's do the tail now. The tail is just fucking hit the unflat button. Boom, done. Guys, all we have left is the hand. And then we can go to everyone's favorite texturing. So look at this garbage hand. Hands suck. So this is going to be the most difficult thing to unwrap out of everything that I've shown you. A lot of these other things have just been click this. Alright, move on. Not this time. This one's going to be selecting meticulously an edge loop. So first and foremost, I'm going to create a new UV from the camera base looking at the top of the hand so it's flat. I'm going to pull this out here. I'm going to look at this by hitting F.
My ancestors are smiling at the Imperials. Can you say the same? What?
That's a Skyrim line.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Skyrim line.
I haven't played Skyrim in forever.
Oh man, I keep coming back all the time, and I keep getting sucked in, and it sucks.
Yeah. Alright, so if we select the edge loop here, we can actually get a good edge loop going for the sides of the fingers, but now we need to get the meticulous inside ones. So we're going to select this, and then select that edge loop, do that edge loop, go in for this finger, do the same thing, tab it around. Oh, I got the other one for me, lucky me. And the good thing is, because these end in triangles, this is actually going to be easier. This is actually probably going to be the easiest hand wrap I've done in a long time. Usually what you have to do is select the hand in this way. I made it very, very easy this time. This is very lucky. Usually this takes a lot longer, but selecting this is the hard part. So what you have to do is deselect the parts you want to have in the arm, because you don't want to cut there. And because I also have the hands loop up in the shoulder. Look at that. Modeling techniques, man. And now if we cut, select the shell, we can take off the top part of the hand.
Yeah, right? Skyrim is just so goddamn long.
That's the hard thing. I mean, I love RPGs that are long, but God, I'm currently on Witcher 3, and that game, oh, it's a great game, but holy shit.
Oh no, his hands.
Yeah, his hands are gonna look a little dumb, but this is good. This is how you want things to look. So I'm now gonna go underneath the hand, UV, unwrap from camera based, pull that also down here, and now we're gonna also make him spread his fingers crazy.
Nice.
And we're gonna select this just for consistency, rotate that shit. Guys, we're fucking done. We've made a model together from scratch, and now we can move on to the better things in life and make this guy actually look good. Because modeling, you'd be surprised how good this model actually looks once you start throwing textures on. Because you maybe go, okay, he looks like a lizard, he looks like he could be a wizard, but he's not exactly how I wanted him to look. We will make him look like this in his current status. So first and foremost, what we gotta do is select all of everything green. Everything that we have selected green, which is just the eyes, the tongue, and then the main body.
I like his... Oh, that looks so weird.
Yes, it does. It's gross.
Gross.
Now we're gonna lower the eye size. We're just gonna try to make these about the size that we would imagine them on the actual sheet. Mouth can be super small. We don't need that. Make him dab. Hey, we'll make him dab when we when we take him in VR chat.
I feel like that's somebody else's job.
Yep, that's the rigger. And when the rigger's done, oh boy, make his leg a good size. Body needs to be pretty decent.
Outside of his head.
Yep. Tail we can actually probably leave pretty low poly. If we look at the reference, it's... Oh no, there's actually a good gradation.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need text.
He's got a long ass tail.
Yeah, this is gonna be interesting to try to make it fit. This is his arm. Get the arms to be about the correct size you'd imagine.
Boy.
And what's this? His tongue. His tongue's gonna be mostly green, but I think that's a fair size. And now we just select them all and go to polygons, layout, and now we adjust. Okay. We definitely have more room here to push this. Tongue can go over there. I'm gonna move his hand. We're gonna make the tail big. His tail can fit into this.
Like EA big?
EA big. I'm gonna throw his mouth over in this corner. His hand.
This is one of those, like, brain puzzles you get at Target where it's like, here's all the things, now fit it in the space.
The eye is garbage. We'll fix the eye in a different place, but
He's all his eyes, Joe.
not his eyes, but how I unwrap the eye. I'm gonna rotate this just so this fits a little better. His hands can move up slightly. And interesting. Okay, how do we want to do this?
Just be smaller.
I'm gonna tell you how we're gonna do this. I'm gonna take this eye out. I'm gonna make his head bigger. His head needs to have a lot of the texture information. It's a big part of him. It's also like a key asset. This is hanging over the edge. We can't have that. That's very close, but you know what? It's fine. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna consider that texture sheet good. I'm gonna select the eye. I'm gonna give it its own texture sheet. So I'm gonna assign a new material, Lambert, and we're just gonna make it some fucking blue, just to show difference. So now if I go to polygons layout, it's just gonna make it as big as it possibly can go in there, which is what we want.
Damn, he's gonna have a high res eye.
Well, we're gonna probably just make the texture at 1024 rather than
yeah.
2048. Nope, we can get more space this way. Alright, cool. Alright guys, we just gotta sew our boy back up by going to mesh, mirror, and then Z. Boom. We're gonna soften everything one last time, and we are fucking done with Maya. Oh,
His eyeball.
I'm gonna mirror the eye. Mirror on the Z. And now we're fucking done with Maya.
Alright, so what we're going to want to do here is, first and foremost,
Save.
What?
Delete all
no,
my
just
time.
like delete it.
Save scene. I'm gonna name it as 22. And I'm gonna parentheses final, so I know we are done here. I'm going to select everything that is not our references because we don't want the references in the selection, and we're going to go to File, say Export Selection. I'm going to save it as an OBJ export. We don't want FBXs yet because we don't need the high quality information that FBX gives. I'm going to, we're in the correct folder. I'm just going to name him as WizLiz_substance. Export. And hit enter.
Dancer Heavy Metal Jelly. This lizard is from an artist. I don't know where the artist is from because I just got here.
Yeah. We have...
Yeah, there's
I'll
a,
send a
we
link.
have a
in.
link for
Hold
it.
on, we got another dono.
Do you now?
What? Who sent me what? Got $25 from Jinrai. I'm loving the wizard lizard. He's looking so cute. Thank you, man. That's great. Well, you know what? We're gonna make him look even cuter. Because now we're done with modeling, we're gonna actually add the textures. So now that we've exported, we can fucking shut this shit down. Save because you're a good boy and we'll never want to make mistakes.
Hey, John,
Yeah.
that's supposed to be red, right? So why is it purple?
Well, it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter?
It's just the
I know.
material color. So you get a look at Kurisu for a sec as I launch Substance Painter. And now we wait.
Or did it just crash on opening again?
Yeah.
Man, Substance
So,
Painter is such a
let's see
stable program. So well designed.
Yen is pretty fucking good, but what about Triss, man? Triss is high up there. Hello, Mora. Your 3D model's looking really good. You're pretty awesome with Maya. Thank you, Miles. I'm glad you think so. Thank you for tuning in. I know you're in the Discord too, so thank you for chatting there. It's fun to talk to you.
Nice second screen.
This happens. It'll come back. My second monitor
Oops.
will think. Maybe.
We hope.
There we go.
Okay, there
Cool. Alright, so now we're in Substance Painter. Some of you guys saw me do this in my last texturing thing, but now I'm going to show you from scratch how to start it. So, Substance Painter is a fantastic texturing program that allows you to paint directly on the model. And I'm going to have to remove my setup a little bit to start texturing here, but let me set up the file first. So we're going to go to File, New. The template, what I use... Yeah, I don't know why it's called Dota 2, but that's the best one I've gotten for more toon-shaded based models for VR chat and stuff like that. If you want to do realistic, I suggest PBR Metallic Roughness Algorithmic. This is going to give you really realistic looking textures. Very fantastic work there. But we're not doing realism, we're doing cute, cartoony. So we're going to select Dota 2. The mesh we're going to select is our boy, so I'm going to go to Desktop, go to VR Chat Characters, scroll down to Wizard Lizard, and grab the only substance we have here. And there we go. We're going to make the default resolution of our textures 2048, and we can edit them as we go along.
Does the normal map format matter?
What?
Does the normal map format matter? It's labeled as DirectX. I'm just wondering
Fucking
if
maybe.
that differs.
I don't. Not for VR chat.
Okay.
If you're doing other things, maybe. I've never messed with this. So,
Alright.
I'm just going to hit OK. And fucking boom! There's our WizLiz. You can see him. He's now in this program. So, you can see that they have a default lighting thing to show you what it's going to look like interactive. Did that connect? Oh man, we overlapped a little bit. Fuck. Okay. Back to Maya, guys.
What a pain.
Oh, it's probably preset and included for people to make it a workshop item for Dota TM 2. Yeah, I understand. Probably, because I know the workshop for Dota 2 is very popular, but I've never... It's such a specific thing.
Nope, there goes the second speed again.
I don't know what's happening. So we're going to open up our save as soon as my screen comes back.
Nope, that definitely wouldn't help it.
Okay. There we go. Oh no.
Oh no.
What's happening? Okay. Go to desktop.
Let's just forget it. Let's just forget it.
Just
Let's
move
get it
on.
done.
You don't see that. We're gonna go to Wizard Lizard, Maya Finals Final, open. Don't save our current file. I don't want
No,
to
it
see
looks
this.
good though.
Okay, cool. Let's select the face. We
yeah.
did overlap just
Yeah.
barely,
Centimeters.
but that's gonna be noticeable. So I'm gonna drag this to the side. I'm gonna fuck. Okay,
You did.
we remember we have two sheets here, so we have to drag select to get the one that's underneath as well. Rotate a little bit, drag it. There we go. Now we're no longer touching. I'm gonna hyper analyze this now. Make sure we have no connections. Yep, we're hanging over a little bit on the edge here. It's a good thing I
You can
can.
scoot 'em up. Yeah.
Yep. Good.
That is good. Let's do this for the red now. Red should be fine. Yeah, red's fine.
He's cute little
If anything,
booties.
I can drag this little side. Oh, he's got little booties.
He's got cutie little booties.
And that's golden. Alright, good. Now we're done. Now we drag everything.
What about the eyeball?
We don't need
There's
it. We
only
know.
one thing.
We know it's good. File. Export selection.
We're gonna name it WizLiz Substance Export 2 because 1 is bad.
Welcome back, Games with Jesus. Guesses. Guesses.
Guess it. That's exactly what I said. I don't know. How do you pronounce your name, dude? Is it Guesses? Jesses?
I don't know. I'm just guessing.
Guesses. I hope banana juice will
Wizard
help.
lizard,
What?
known as the wizard lizard. The wizardly lizard.
Known as the wizard lizard is coming along quite nicely. Quite wizardly.
God, that's a hard sentence to say, and it
Why
really
did she
shouldn't
make
be.
it? We're gonna save this boy, and it should just, when I shut this down, it should go back to substance, maybe, or it'll shut off my second monitor again. Let's find out. Maybe. There we go.
Oh yeah. I was hoping a different one.
All right. Yep. Go new.
All right, Games works.
Discard. Just call me Games. Sweet.
That's easy.
That's
We do the
super
same
easy.
thing. New mesh. Substance export 2. And now we do it.
Jesus.
And now he's good. Look at that. No overlap.
Have you been gaming with Jesus recently?
All right. I'm gonna take a 5-minute break. Not 5-minute break. More like a minute break. And I'm gonna pee real quick. So I'm gonna be right back, and then we're gonna start texturing. In the meantime, listen to the ambient sounds of my apartment.
I like that. That's colors make sense. That's cool. Spells. So that's just going.
That's example, like if you roll a bunch of d6, for example, like 3 plus could be fire things, 6 plus could be fireballs, and then if you get like a straight, does that modify your whole spell, or does it modify spells, or are you like picking a bunch and allocating towards different spells? Like, is this a fireball or is this a modifier?
I feel like it could be a modifier, right?
Yeah, I mean, it depends. Like, obviously, that's something that can be tested, and then this thing's like a bunch of social stuff. Obviously, this just isn't a system. This is just the core fun combat thing.
Yeah.
That's why that's it.
Yeah. More stuff.
Yeah.
The rest of the game. I like that.
Just wanted to write it down because this wasn't being used for any good ideas anymore.
It's true. Now it's used for a great idea.
Okie dokie, that's me. I'm back. Type P in chat. Fucking why? I'm hearing D&D talk. That doesn't surprise me.
You're not really hearing D&D talk.
Alright, I'm gonna make a lot of noise real quick as I move my Cintiq on my desk, which should make my microphone go fucking crazy. Okay. Basically moving so I can see the tablet. And here we go. Now we're gonna start texturing our boy. So you can see in the corner here, for some reason it didn't take the name. Oh, did we ever? Yeah, we named our materials. It didn't keep the names for some reason. But that's okay. We're just gonna have to remember them. It's very small. It's only 4 textures, unlike MMD models that can have like 30, which is ridiculous, by the way. Try to keep your materials under 10. I recommend. So let's start. Let's start with our body. Let's give him some color. So as I was showing, you can see that there's a default lighting setup here, which you can turn and turn off in this program by hitting C. Or not C. Hold on. What is it? Is it B? Oh, he doesn't have any color yet. What am I talking about? Alright, we're going to just hit M to go back to the default lighting. And on the body skin, we're going to add his first skin color. So I'm going to add a fill layer over here, which is going to say like, hey, this is going to be covered in this color. So the color they chose is a light gray. We can change this by clicking this program here. And we're going to switch it to... Well, actually, hold on. Let me pull up the reference images. So let's go to... my friends list. Where are you at, my friend? There you are. Alright, let's look at my pinned messages. Hopefully I pinned it with him. Yes, I did. And I'm going to open up the picture we got. Open link. Cool. Cute little lizard boy. Alright, so his skin's like an off green. Now, I have it, I have him over here, and this program is really good because if I select the eyedropper, I can actually select it into other things, and it'll pick the color that's correct in the area. So So I'm going to pick this light green here. Try to find the most richest saturation of it I can find. I'm going to drag my... Hold on, I need my internet back. Where'd it go? I'm going to drag this back over on my other monitor so I can see. Why under 10? Because, especially for VR chat, if you have... What makes the game lag, like, it's not high polygons. It's not... You can have 15 million polygons in that game if you want. What makes the game lag is high resolution textures and a lot of materials, because the game has to load more assets. Which is why everyone's begging that they up the poly count from 20k to like 40-ish, because it's really nice. Yeah, garbage systems, like really, really bad systems, may struggle a little bit more, but the average person who's playing with VR will be able to do this a lot better. So, as you see, we have a very weird lit lizard right now. That doesn't look like the green we selected. That's because we have all these maps over here. You have like metallic, opacity, emissive, glossiness, all this garbage. Now this stuff is really, really good if you're doing realistic textures, but we're not. We're only going to be using the base color. We're just going to be painting on this guy. So I'm going to hit this minus button to remove all these layers that I don't want. And there. Now you can see our nice toothpaste colored lizard. So now if I hit C, I think, yeah, this is the flat color preview. His eyes are clipping a little bit in the preview, so I may need to resize them after we're done here, but that's okay. But this is what it's going to look like without any lighting information, but I want a little bit of lighting information to start off with. So, yeah, Uganda and Knuckles are trash. I really can't wait for them to go. Yeah, dynamic bones are very, very taxing on VR chat. That is very true. Just because it's CPU based, but it's okay. So, let's start coloring. I'm going to bring this little image of my Wizzliz into the corner here. Try to make him a little small. Just so you guys can see him, and I can start working with him. But I need him to stay up. Interesting. This is an issue. Okay, we'll just drag Substance Painter over to the side here. And I will make the lizard a little larger. I'll drag him over a little bit just so we can see the preview. There we go. So now we can see him. I have a little color selection, and now we can start adding things. So, I'm going to hide everything that's not his body right now, because I want to start painting his skin. And let's start getting some of these awesome colors that he has in him. So I'm just going to add another fill layer. I'm going to change the color to this lime green that he has on his head. Going to create another fill layer. Change the color to be this nice purple that he has back here. And finally another layer that's going to have the more vibrant reddish pink that he has. I'm going to fill all of these except for the base green with a black mask by right-clicking and going Add Black Mask, which means it won't show any of the color except for the mask's parts that are painted gray and all the way to white. I need to make Argonian player of Skywind actually call my character Wizzliz. Oh yeah, man, let's do it. So I'm going to go to my brushes. I'm going to scroll down to Smooth Noisy. This is my favorite brush in this program because it does a really nice tuned textured look. And I'm going to just start painting in this purple that he has. So the dark purple goes down to his neck and goes on all the way down to his body. We'll get these darker blues later. So instead of actually just painting on the color, we're going to say like, hey, this mask is completely, like colors everywhere here, but we want to have the mask detail information where we're going to go. And masks are done on a pure black to white scale. You can have grays in between, but basically whatever places white on the mask will show the color. So we're going to be painting the mask. So when I select this mask here, you can see the blue box to show that it's selected. And down here we have the grayscale. This is going to determine what color our brush is. So I'm going to turn it to pure white. And since this guy's cut in half, it's going to be symmetrical, like I can paint on this side, and you will see it on this side as well. Maybe more obvious if I go into the C mode, like you can see it painted over there. And now we're going to start slowly painting this guy in. I actually have to switch my tablet settings real quick to not be Control-Alt-Delete to undo, but just Control-Z, because only Maya uses Control-Alt-Z. There we go. There we go. Tab out. So we're just gonna be... Oh, there's his neck, or his tongue pitching out a little bit. That's okay, we're gonna ignore that for the time being. We can fix that back in post once we start applying the textures in Maya again. So I'm gonna make the brush big, and I'm just gonna start painting this purple one. Just clicking on my tablet. If you don't have a tablet, you can still do this with a mouse, but it's gonna be way harder. I highly recommend a tablet to anyone who wants to take model creation seriously. It's very helpful. I don't use my Maya work and with a tablet, but overall it's really, really nice. I'm gonna switch to my base color so I can see this color a little more nicely. And I'm gonna just fill this off, smoothly graded it out where it connects and all of that. I'm gonna select this hot red and start doing the same because we have the red underneath the chin here. Actually, I need to add more of the purple up to the bottom of his chin. I'm gonna go back to the lit mode so I can clearly see where his chin stops. There we go. Now that we're adding that hot pink in there, that's gonna look nice. More, is he gonna be casting spells from the staff and hands, or just the staff? I'm not sure the exact thing that he wants for his spell things. He's talked to ZXC about that, but he will be casting magic. Hey, Metal Jelly, that's the entire point of this, is I'm going to make you be able to make these from scratch. You can 100% do these. It's going to take some time and some effort to try to get everything down. But I totally believe that everyone can do this. Now I'm going to try my best to show you guys how to do this from scratch and move on to make your own wonderful models to see in game. Because I love seeing people's creations in VR chat. It's my main reason for wanting to do these videos. I want to help people who don't know where necessarily to start and how to improve with it. Alright, that's a good rough base. Turn on lit mode again by hitting M. I'm going to switch to the lime green. And we're going to start painting his head. And his eyes are pretty affected by this light green too, so I'm going to make sure his eyelids are very hit with this color and hot. Now all we're doing right now is blocking in the base color. We're going to start adding shadows and highlights later. What's been the most impressive model you've seen in VR chat? Now that's a tough question. There's many things that impress me about a model. There's been some fantastic models out there in terms of the modeling quality. There's been some fantastic models that are very, very good when it comes to what magic and particles they're using, how they're rigged. Like ZXC has some of the best rigged models I've seen in the game, which is why I'm so happy to be working with him. But overall, like, it's tough. I love seeing Error does some fantastic, crazy things that you wouldn't think are possible in that game, and yet he just shows you that how wrong you are. He'll put Doom in front of your screen and have you play a Doom game while you're playing VR chat. It's just insane. But in terms of just model quality, there's been some fantastic MMD ones out there. Specifically, there's this one that blew me away. If you guys seen my last video for exploring Japanland, that Mia model from Monster Musume blew me the fuck away. That model is so well done. It's the main reason why I started talking to that person in the beginning. I'm glad.
but when I saw them, that model was just so well modeled. I don't know if he made it or if he got it from a world, but whoever did that model did a fantastic job. The facial expressions, the way it moves and animates is just so lifelike and fucking fantastic. Alright. And where's his mouth? We put his mouth there. We're going to make the mouth the dark purple, so I'm going to remove this. I'm going to use a tool called Polygon Paint. This will paint the entire polygon a specific color if you click it, and you can see that. But I don't want this pink, I want the purple, so I'm going to drag select and make sure there's no color added to this. You jumping back in?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Is it alright if I clip my fingernails on your stream?
Fucking guess. I mean, they will hear that, but...
Ask them, you know.
Hey guys, Corey's gonna cut his fingernails like a fucking Neanderthal.
Sir?
But yeah, no, that Mia was insane. I really want to get my hands on that model just so I can see how they did that. I'm gonna guess that the person didn't make that, if I'm gonna be honest. Which, not to shit on the guy if he did. But that looks like really, really professionally done. And there's not too many professionals that play this game. So let's see here. We modeled the inside of that, looking good.
Nail cutting, ASMR.
Yeah. Dude, welcome back, Zarb. You're just in time for the nail cutting ASMR.
Woo! Should I do it close to the mic?
No. I thought. Alright, let's look at my list again. So he's got some dark blues down below. So we're going to start getting that blue in there. I'm going to create a new fill layer. I'm going to put it at the top of everything so you can see how it covers everything again. We're going to select this dark bluish. Oh, it's more purple. Look, this guy has great color schemings. I like this artist's color choices. Add the black mask. Select this. We're going to go back to our paintbrush. And we're going to start painting the lower parts of his body to be more in this shadowed color. And hell yeah, everyone loves texturing Zarb. It's the best part of any model. It's just because you get to finally see it come to life. And I'm going to make multiple layers of these colors that I've done so I can blend these better. But for the time being, I'm just going to be rough, layer these on top, and we'll work it out.
Oh shit, my favorite part. I had my first day today on VR chat. Only people I've met were... So far, we're two
Germans
talking in German, and one kid screeching like crazy, screaming that he's a Pokemon. That was me.
Yeah, Corey really thinks he's a Pokemon.
I am. What do you mean? Thanks.
Don't endorse him. But yeah, no, let's
Don't
fucking
forget
VR
to
chat for
do
you.
the toenail back chat. Now, see, I will cut my fingernails and I'll bite my toenails.
Ah, there you go. Good hell. Public lobbies are not great, but they're not the worst thing in the world. I actually like going to them. That's where I get most of my video content when I like to do things, because you get to meet some cool new people out there. Yeah, a lot of it's shit, and you have to weed through the shit. But once you do that, there's some fun things out there. Alright, you got a little purple body boy. Yeah, don't go to the basic ones. Like, as cool as Map the Pug is, it's just a hive mind of garbage. He's got a little off-gray yellow body here, so we're going to create another fill layer, do the same thing. Add black mask. And we're going to do our best to make this model look good without the lit view, because if it doesn't look good without lights, it's not going to look good with lights. So we're going to actually outline the body here. His body kind of stops here, it looks, under his neck, so it's not going to be the entire thing. So I'm just going to outline the circle a bit. Just kind of do that. We'll fill it in. It's all going to be airbrushy, very soft right now. We'll do hard lines later. And this is going to go all the way into his tail. Down in the grundle we go.
That's a very gross off gray, honestly. I don't like this color.
You're gross off.
Thanks. I may keep it, I may not, but let's see here. For the time being, I'm going to keep the paint layer that I did, but we're going to change the color up a little bit. Let's select the color layer again. I'm going to drag this around, trying to find a more appealing color. Actually, let's see if I can just rip one that's more appealing off his body. The shadow gets more reddish there, so if I pop this down to here... We'll keep it more darkish red for now, and we'll work it out as we get there. Everything's rough and loose right now. Alright. What is next? Life is pain. Oh, there's a lot of conversation that happened.
What would you do if your avatar took on life of its own? You would probably get shot.
Have you ever seen anyone make an avatar of the dude of getting over it? The guy with the plot with the hammer, or the pot with the hammer. I don't know getting over it. No, I'm honest. I know Corey does.
It's
so.
Yeah, it's made by the. Have you seen the game at all, John? No. It's made by the same guy who made Quap, and you are just this naked man. Your lower half is completely concealed by this strange black pot. And You're holding a sledgehammer. What you do is you have to climb this mountain with just a sledgehammer. It is infuriating.
Oh yes,
the whole
that
time
game.
a guy.
Yeah. No, I've seen that. My life got me friend zone to the place where 30-year-old guys can have anime titties. Fuck yeah, dude. I want to start playing again, but I need to create a model on how to do custom avatar. Fucking hell yeah. Well, I'm teaching you how to make custom avatar. Direct series, how to make custom avatar. Alright, we're going to keep things rough now, so let's move to the next object, so we can start painting that. Oh cool, the cloak. Do the same thing, create a fill layer. We're going to make this dark color first.
Hey John, do you want this?
Fucking get out of here. He just offered me his toenails.
Fingernails, sir?
Mora, what would you do if your avatar took on a life of its own? Oh. I mean, actually, you know what? I don't think I'd have to worry about it. It'd die immediately. The amount of times it gets stabbed, like, that thing would not survive more than 30 seconds out there.
Either it or you will have
Make a VR chat account. It's way better than Steam accounts. Steam accounts are fucking shifty. People don't trust them. I had a Blender installed on my computer for years, but I never touched until I started playing VR chat. Exactly, man. I'm glad we could start inspiring more creativity out of you. The tool has been looked more across between the single sledge. Yeah. Some more custom avatar. Been learning 3D Marty soon. But Zarb had made some fantastic props that I saw in game, and it's some of the first stuff that they brought in game, and it looked fantastic, man. So you should feel proud of yourself. I'm gonna create another fill layer, and I'm gonna select this gold. I'm gonna select a new fill layer. I'm gonna drag this one under here so it's with the same group. I'm gonna add a black mask to this one already so I can see that already. And we're gonna select the lighter color, the lighter red. Whoa, this fucking song is rude. Hold on. No rude songs.
What was it saying?
You can suck a dick and shove it down.
Whoa, John! No, don't say that to me. Hand holding only.
Advanced hand holding. And I'm going to select this as a darker color for this. And finally, the light color for the metal, because metals need a wide range of colors to look good. We're going to add black mask to all that garbage. And we're going to start painting in the red here. I'm going to switch back to lit view here so I can see the shape of the cape a little more. When is the sandwich competition in my Discord going to stop? I have some brilliant ideas. Dude, fucking soon. I want to see what you all can create. Yeah, I get a lot of... Nags won't accept you? How? You've been with him for so long, Zarb. I mean, I was lucky. I got Nags to add me back in fucking November when the game still had only like 200 people, so...
You scammed him into it. You're mine! You're like, I got him. It's like, yeah.
Wait, why is this not showing? Oh, it's because we have all these layers here. Remember? We gotta remove these. Okay, there we go. Alright, let's start painting in the light colors. And also, I don't think I can play that Heavy Metal Jello just because of copyright reasons. Yeah, the music I'm playing right now is all copyright free. This is not my type of music I normally listen to, honestly. I wish I could play some of my weak trash that I like, but you know, they may come after me and delete my account. So as I've talked about in the past, we're just going to be doing darkest darks next to lightest lights to really create the form. But we're still in the roughing out phase, so... Now, painting cloth, this is gonna be tough. All these texturing, I go a lot over texturing in that video with Hellscythe Alucard that I did. But getting cloth to work is just about creating the folds, knowing how folds work against each other. Look up a lot of reference images to create the lighting the way you want it to work. That's going to be the #1 thing to start making your models look good from a texturing standpoint. Yep, you can see the folds looking really good there for right now. How long do you usually spend on coloring your models? A long time, honestly. It's about as long as I do texturing, or sorry, the modeling side of it. I hate you, Corey. This is the worst thing. Sorry, Corey just showed me a shit meme.
What do you mean? I was a wholesome victory.
Yeah, totally. But yeah, so I'm just trying to put the darkest darks next to the lightest lights. That's going to be one of the biggest and the most repetitive tips I tell you guys for making your models look good from texturing sides. It adds a lot of form and creates a good shape language for your model to have, so it can easily be read from any angle, and it creates a nice looking cloth. This painting program is worth every penny. It's probably one of the cheapest programs out there as far as 3D modeling software goes. It's $150, which, yes, is a lot. But if you are a student, you can download the program for 30 days for free, or you can get it by other means. Either way, the program is worth it. I recommend this to anyone who's trying to use, trying to do some texturing. Mora has texturing black magic again. Hell yeah, I am. Does wearing clothes and looking in a mirror work? If you're trying to get fold references, yes, you are your best reference, 100%. Always compare things to real life. Don't compare your things to other art. Comparing things to other art is going to... Your references diminish, because the artist also took an appeal to try to make this thing look good stylistically. So you want to try to keep realism as much as you can, even in cartoony anime models. And obviously you should look at anime things to try to get the anime style that you want. But remember that a drawing looks good when everything anatomically, clothing-wise, or anything, all of its forms are taken in a realistic manner. Obviously there's exceptions to that rule. I mean, anime is just basically idealism when it comes to an art style. It takes the important features of the human body and simplifies it down into a form that's easily digestible and very appealing to the eye. Or at least that's its intent. And then you get some shows that do wacky style and stuff like that. I mean, there's a lot of series out there that have very notable styles, and I will chalk this up just for Corey. You can see that One Piece does have a fantastic design style to it. But even they follow a lot of realism in their designs, despite the fact how wacky that fucking show is.
Right, right.
And while we don't want to necessarily draw shadows in, keeping these rim shadows just randomly in there makes the object look more realistic. So we just want to keep a little shadows here and there just to add the form. I'm trying to make this look a little more velvety. This looks a little more hard fabric, so we may get that, but we'll see.
Sorry if the washing machine's loud. Let me close that door.
Hey ZSNO, welcome. Yeah, ZBrush's price is fucking ridiculous. And while I will do ZBrush works sometime on stream, fucking that program is ridiculous. Definitely seek out other means. Do you think the wizardly lizard, known as the lizard wizard, gets stabbed much as your other avatar? I fucking hope not, because this is not for me. I'm making this for a commissioning. I don't know how he feels about getting stabbed. I'm assuming most people don't fucking like it. But we'll see. Maybe. I will have this avatar on my account, because that's one of my requirements if you commission something from me. Is that I get a copy of the avatar for final in its final form, so I can take a lot of portfolio shots of it. And I'm just going to try to smooth this out, keep this red. You can see the folds are painted in there, looking nice. We're going to try to do a hard edge here. I'm actually going to hide the body for a bit, because if you recall, the body clips through the cape, and it's not normally going to have those arms there. So, what the fuck's that? Oh, it's the boots. Okay. So we want to keep this edge pretty hot, I would say. Keep it very light. Show that the shape is defined from the dark inside. And we can create a little by painting another program in there. Or not program, little line in there. There we go. We're gonna go to black here to actually remove some of the color from the mask now. Sorry you keep seeing this pop up. This is when I change a tablet setting. Every time I click something between like rotate, brush size, and zoom, that's gonna happen. So I'm gonna lightly try to increase the color we have there. It's basically by going to the black, I just turn on the eraser if that's easier way for you guys to think about it. Bump that shit back up to white. I'm not a fan of getting stabbed, to be honest. I don't blame you, Zarb. What brush are you using for cloth? I use the same brush for everything, really. I love this smooth noisy. It's at the very bottom. It's just so good. It blends things very nicely for a cartoony style. And this is only for cartoony style. If I'm doing realistic things, like I'll take this fur brush and I'll start painting that in, and you can see how that can do like an interesting texture. Which I will do some of this stuff in some of the detailing later, but if you're just trying to make like a painting, smooth noisy, man, it's the best. Mori, lean to learn the ninja ways from Nerfy so that Ryan won't be able to kill you anymore. You know what? Ryan is a beautiful man, and in fact, I'm doing a little thing for Ryan right now. He's asked me to help him take his tomato onesie. I'm gonna remove the hood, so it's taken off, and Akarin's head is just there now. I haven't touched that too much. I wanted to do it on stream today, but we actually jumped to the texturing part first, because I didn't think we were gonna get here today. But I'll definitely do that on stream a little bit, so you can see me helping Ryan out. Who's even a fan of being stabbed? You, Snuggles. You are. You don't have to answer this, but what's your major if you're in college? My official title is a Bachelor of Fine Arts in Digital Art and Animation. Very long title. But it's what I am. Basically says I know how to do anything and everything 3D.
He's a buffer.
I'm a buffer this a buffer the
Buffered visual art and animation.
buffer the
Buffered Buffered
buffer the
Buffered
I'm gonna turn on lit view here for a second by hitting M, so I can hit this edge a little more easy and see where I want to paint, and then we can just drag it up lightly. Turn back off the lit view. There we go. And I can paint this out a little more. Gradate out that a bit. And it's okay that we're hitting the medallion. We're going to be fixing this in a bit. Perfect. Hell yeah.
Alright, we gotta do a little bit of the textures in the back. Now, we did this a little bit in the last thing, but when cloth folds in the back like this, it's gonna bunch up. We modeled a bunch out here, but we need to paint one now. So, cloth bunches up in this kind of like U shape. So we're just gonna quickly rough that in as a basic, and we're gonna do a little one underneath. And we're gonna paint these out to look more 3D.
Laura's favorite anime is One Piece.
No, it's fucking not.
Sorry, it's Two Piece.
Two Piece.
The sequel.
My favorite anime by fucking far is Anohana.
That's right.
Anohana is so goddamn good. We watched this all as an apartment, and we all cried together like little bitches on the couch.
We didn't watch it all together.
Okay, Corey. We watched everything up to the last 5 episodes. We both went home to our separate apartments because we didn't live together at the same time, and then we watched it alone because we were like, we need to finish this, and we called each other at like near the same time.
I wasn't going to bed that night.
You don't stop Anohana when you're near the end. I can't imagine watching that show fucking live. Oh my god.
I want it to surpass Metal Gear.
I just like Grady a sweet meme.
That's a good joke.
Here we go. I'm gonna paint this out. Create that 3D form, gradating from the top. And we'll seam this together with the other shapes after a bit.
Anohana's pretty sweet.
Anohana fucking hurt. Zarb, you will cry like a little baby boy. That show is fucking the saddest thing I've ever seen. It's just, the acting is really good. The characters are all very lovable and not in the same way, but that's their purpose. The only weird episode is like episode 3, I think, or 5. If you recall that random scene in the forest, you're like, why is this happening? But it also shows grief.
Yeah. I mean, it was all about grief, right?
Yeah. But yeah, fucking good show. Eternal Peace is still better. Fucking if I know.
Me and John watched 2 episodes of Devilman Crybaby.
Oh my god, what a fucking ride.
What? It's an experience. I think we're gonna watch the rest of it.
Yeah, we are. I'm 100% finishing that show. What is that show?
Grading. Me and John watched 2 episodes of Devilman Crybaby.
Yeah.
Have you heard that show?
We can watch it all together.
Yeah, I've heard of that show.
Have you watched
I've
it?
not watched
It's
it.
a fucking experience.
Watch the first 2 episodes.
It's an anime that will never air in Japan.
Yeah.
Okay.
Watch the first 2 episodes and then we'll watch the rest together.
Okay.
It's
Sounds
really,
good.
It's something.
It's a ride. It's a ride and a half.
A lot of shock factor, I feel. Decent premise.
It's Devilman.
Fucking fantastic.
Have you watched the original Devilman?
No.
No, I know.
They
It's
They reference Devilman? Yeah.
I was gonna say, like, the original Devilman's about a dude who, like, doesn't want to become a devil, then he goes to a club and kills, like, 6 people,
Yep.
and now he's the devil.
Yep.
It was some dumb garbage.
They're basing the premise off that plot.
Yeah.
But fucking, this show is, the art style is beautiful.
Yes, the art's very interesting.
Fucking, you're watching Clandid right now? Shit, man. You're in for a ride as well. Let's just send fucking Zarb on a horrific
Dope as
sad
hell.
train.
Fighting game was dope as hell and it's real complicated.
I'm never into any of the boring high school animes like Planet and shit. But from
Not what that is, yeah.
From all this sad shit, whatever. It's so boring to me. But I did hear that, you know, around those were airing, I had friends who watched them, and I got the impression from everyone else that the saddest was Angel Beats.
Angel Beats is good. It's more of a comedy. It is sad. The ending is sad. But if we're just talking about the 2006 era, you still have yet to watch the Melancholy Part of Suzumiya, which does base
I will
place.
never.
You should. It's a really, like, it's one of the best anime movies I've seen.
I just don't care.
You say that. And unfortunately, I can't tell you anything to make you watch this more, because if I say anything, it just spoils the plot. It's one of those things where you watch it a little bit and you're like, oh shit, and then things get more in depth. It's like fucking Samurai Flamenco, but good.
Flamenco, but good. That's probably a turn off, to be honest.
If you guys haven't watched Samurai Flamenco, you should definitely watch it up to episode 8.
And then watch the rest and wonder why you're doing this to
Or
yourself.
stop like me. Fucking hell. I'm sharpening the edges here just to fully define where the light is catching the rim of this cloth fold that we're painting. And we're making it work.
Do you guys watch Naruto?
I haven't watched
I watched
fucking
when I was a
forever.
wee lad, and then I didn't watch it, but I became aware of the plot.
If I could fucking live in any anime, what would it be?
This is movie one.
Corey, for you, it's obvious.
Oh, is it One Piece?
Yeah, it would just be One Piece.
Probably every time.
Yeah, like there's no...
Was it not Devilman? Don't you want to die?
No! Those parties were terrifying.
Hold on, let's think about this.
Good fucking question. Honestly, probably Spice and Wolf's World. I love that show. I love their world. I love economics. I would fucking rock it as a trader. I have the charisma to fucking handle trade transaction. And hey, if I get a fucking god with me, yeah, I'm in.
Fuck you, Heaven's Mellow Jelly.
What did you say? I like to give living quick. I watched Magical Girl Raising Project, the show Leroy's character's from. Oh, I actually have no idea where Leroy's character's from at all, so I'll have to check that out. I'm curious.
I would love to do the world of the anime I hate. The Dungeon Girlfriend one.
Is it wrong to pick up girls in a dungeon?
Yeah. fuck that
Hestia's
show.
maybe just a boob ribbon, but
Fuck
the world
that
is
show.
really cool.
The world is sweet as hell. Fuck that show.
Corey is a big no-no against
Fighting
fan
is
service in
complicated
anime.
as balls. It's 5 meters.
And once we get down with this one, we should be good with this cloth fold here, pinching in the back. Close to it anyway. We'll have a little bit of places we're gonna pinch it a little bit more, like here. And we're gonna bring the lights in this one down a little bit more to gradate this out. Hell yeah. That looks hella. Now we just have to connect it to the rest of the coat. Which is a challenge. Well, let's see here. More, what devil fruit would you want if you were from One Piece? I don't know what a fucking devil fruit is,
Alright,
so...
So let me break this down for you. There's 3 types of devil fruit. There's Logia.
Is that where you become a Logan?
Alright, hold on, I just want to give a quick thing. I love One Piece. I've watched all of it, but I haven't watched it in a while, so I may fuck up these names. There's Logia, Paramecia, I believe, and then Zone fruits. So the Logia fruits is basically, think of like a material like fire, smoke, mud, whatever.
Yeah.
You can just start transforming any part of your body into that. I don't think you saw any Logia users, but it's basically...
Nope, I saw a fucking clown.
Yeah, he was a Paramecia. So the Logia users, basically you turn yourself into any type of material. They're generally this like default strongest because you're just invulnerable at some level as you transform all of yourself to that and then leave. Like they can do some pretty cool stuff. Then the zone users are the ones that the fruit will let you transform into whatever animal that fruit represents. So there's like a giraffe one, a cow one, a reindeer one, a human one, which the reindeer ate.
Convenience.
Right. Well, that's Chopper. Chopper
Yeah,
is a
yeah.
reindeer that ate a human fruit, so now he's like a weird hybrid.
What if a human eats a human fruit?
Probably nothing. Or you could like do what Chopper does and like transform into a buff human or whatever. I don't know. I don't fucking know. And then the Paramecia is like, etc. Right? It's Goofy's or Goofy.
Goofy.
Luffy's technically not a Logia. He can't transform into rubber. He just is. So
Yeah.
he's a Paramecia. You saw Buggy use a Paramecia, stuff like that. So here's what you have to choose from. Do you want to turn into basically anything? Like choose something and you can turn into that. Do you want to turn into be able to turn back from an animal, dehydrated, be a dumb furry fighter or whatever, or do you want to just make up any shit and I'll tell you if it's okay enough? Because there's
I definitely wouldn't want
the
the element of ice. I fucking love that.
That character's really sweet too.
So, yeah.
Yeah, the character with that suit is very strong.
Not Liz Wiz. _ substance. We're just saving here. Cool. There we go. What about ReZero? ReZero is a fucking great show. I love it. It's overrated in a lot of ways, but it's still a good show. Oh, I already read that. So yeah, that's my Devil Fruit. That's the answer. It's a good show. I liked it, but it's not what you expect from the name. I can imagine that. Have you watched JoJo? Fucking controversial statement. I hate JoJo's. I do not see the appeal in that show at all, from its content to its designs. I do not like that show. And I know I get a lot of shit for that, so rip.
I haven't tried watching any of it, but it's been quietly been watched in the apartment.
Yeah.
I like One Piece. I don't like JoJo at all.
Yeah. It's absurdist in my regard, or in my opinion. I'm not a big fan of it. Can I have a version of Bake with minimal fan service, please? Maybe. I haven't watched much anime, to be honest, but I thought Ergo Proxy was pretty cool. I've heard that one's really good. I haven't watched that one myself. Immune to fan service. I don't care for it one way or another. The thing that confuses me is it doesn't know the reason why. Interesting. I mean, the big thing is just when it's just like... I mean, it was funny in Devil Crybaby because it's like the first 5 minutes, and like the girl just sticks her ass in front of the camera. Like,
I hate fan service. Devil Crybaby, like they do it for a reason. To some degree.
Yeah,
the first few minutes are like, okay, this is whatever, but then you get like sex and sexual content is a huge theme in that show. So it's like, yeah, fuck it, who cares?
Yeah, there's a big difference between fan service and then sexual content, I would say.
Yeah. Well,
so,
like, yeah, it's so, like, that's what that show is about.
Yeah.
Like, sinful thinking.
Yeah.
So it works out.
Yeah. Alright, let's just grade long strides here. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just making connections, and then we're going to grade this.
I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah, I don't fucking know. I'm just pretending I know what I'm doing and broadcasting it to how many people? What are we at anymore? I haven't looked at the count since the beginning. We're at 49. That's decent. I'm in. But yeah, no, we have a lot of people that watch. What happened? Why was that? We have a lot of people that watch JoJo in my apartment. It's just not my show. Like, I get the comical aspect of it, but I don't think a lot of people watch it in a comical aspect. Also, I'm just not super big into shonens myself. I'd rather watch soft, emotional, girly shit, quote, quote. That show is so... Those types of shows are way more up my alley. If it can make me feel, hell yeah. Because I'm just a shell inside. We went back to the black brush to start taking away some color to emphasize the shadows of these folds going up into the peak of the medallion. Alright, I'm going to leave the cloth at that for now. We will definitely come back and clean this up, but as a quick block-in, I don't think that's bad. Especially here, this needs to be connected a little bit better. Yeah, it's pretty decent. So now we're going to remove all of our things that we painted on the medallion by just Xing those out. Oh, it's the medallion, that's right. I have to do a little bit of drag selection here just because I don't want to accidentally hit the cloth that we actually painted on. It's not as perfect as you'd want, if I'm honest. If you guys hate fan service, don't watch Seikon no Kwasser. Never heard that show. While I'm googling it. I know most shows. I don't know by the Japanese name. Yep, I know this show. I feel exactly the same way you do about JoJo's about 40K, which I imagine is both the same reaction. More I feel ya. I watch the girl shows. Hell yeah, dude. Fairy Tail's an okay series. I haven't watched it too much because, again, shonens just aren't my thing. I like to watch really sad, heartfelt shows and then go to comedies to balance out. Zarb, I think you and me would get along great in terms of our anime tastes. I've seen both those shows, games, at least parts of it for Naruto. I've seen all of Tokyo Ghoul. Tokyo Ghoul was pretty good. The end of the fucking season was bizarre.
We have to catch up on Uru's.
Oh shit, we do!
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the most shonen I get is Shokugeki. I'm in.
It's so good. That's the most fan service I tolerate just because it's so good.
Any games you're looking forward to this year? Red Dead 2. Red Dead 2 is really exciting for me. I am very excited about that. What other games that are coming out? That's a good question. There's a lot I remember going at one point going, that seems cool. I can't think of any offhand, if I'm going to be honest. There's a lot of cool VR games that I saw that are being developed, and I'm excited for those. What games I'm excited coming out this year? Fucking my game. I'm excited my game's coming out this year. And I like that I can say that.
What about my video game?
You don't make games, Corey.
I make games. I make
Card games.
Yeah, what about my
Not real game.
Those are real games.
Alright, to get the rim highlight here, we're going to just poly paint these, and then we'll gradate them out. So I'm going to just select with the full paint. We're just going to select... How are these working? Let me paint. There we go. Just going to paint the circle. Uh-oh, drag a little bit. Got the cloth there. That's not good.
We watched Steins Gate. Yeah, download Steins Gate.
Steins Gate. Oh, what a good fucking show. That is one of my favorites. The plot of that is just so well done. It's the best... As someone who does not like sci-fi, it's the best sci-fi story I've seen in a long time. I've played the VN, I own the American version, I own the Japanese version, and I have the cool fucking pins that dictate that you're a fucking lab member. Okay, we've highlighted those. The rest are going to have to be painted in. But we want to start out that way so we can clearly define the edges. Can't bother to watch long ass series. Yeah, I agree. I generally try to stick to 12 episode series. 24 I'll also do. Did you ever watch Steins Gate? I just read that. Yep. Just finished playing Shadow of the Colossus remake. I didn't know they remade it. But yeah, no, Shadow of the Colossus is a fantastic game. I love that. I am a mad scientist, son of a bitch. Are you talking about Steins Gate? Yeah, I've heard about that. I also know Steins Gate 2 is being developed, which I'm super excited for. Both the VN and the anime that's coming out with that. Good shit. Alright, we're gonna switch back to lit view so I can see the edges a little better. I'm gonna paint this darker edge with this color, which you may not see too much of the effects in this lit view, but it's to just define the edge a little more. I hope I'm actually doing it. Nope, I'm painting in black. No wonder I couldn't see anything. Usually you can see a small change. Like, yeah, I can see the line being drawn now, barely. In texturing, you want to follow the polygons. It's going to make them look more natural. Because remember, the slate's not actually spherical, it's just smoothed out. And you can see over here, this edge is being drawn. And I can't see what I'm doing anymore on this, but at the very least, I know if I keep the same stroke strength and the amount, it should look pretty consistent throughout. Alright, that's your Jeff. Haven't watched ReZero. It's pretty here. It's good. I like the show a lot. I love that type of genre. And while the isekai genre is a little saturated right now, it's pretty. I still like it. I haven't finished Chaika, so don't say anything. I've been watching that series on and off. It's my quote current anime series that I'm watching, but I do love Chaika a lot. Initial D? Who the fuck hasn't watched Initial D? What a good racing anime. I just watched this because I think it's funny, not because I actually care about it. Sorry if I crush your dreams by saying that. Alright, so we created a very small thin line around it, but when we go to the side view, you're going to see how important that line actually is. It's going to really help define the edge. Now from the back, we're pretty much just going to fill this thing with a dark color. But it's going to be dark pretty much wherever you see that. That's going to create the other line in the back there. Now I'm going to go around this thing and gradate it from the side back here just to create a little more form of this medallion. I'm going to have to erase all this off the cloth because it will paint on top of it because we've made the objects part of the same material. But it's okay. It's very simple to do in this program, just to remove the color off objects you don't want. And you can see here it's painting a little bit. Oh, painted a lot on in there. Damn, okay. All about steps. And I'm going to paint it dark, the bottom mostly dark, just because that's how the shadowing would actually take place. I don't think they'll ever make that Heavy Metal Jelly, unfortunately. Kojima's very stickler with his IP. I don't think he would ever trust it in anyone else's hands. I'm gonna turn on lit view so I can paint the inside here.
You can put a VRPD badge on it.
On the wizard?
On like the on like the little gold medal, you throw like a little
I
VRPD logo in the middle.
I fucking could. VR.
Like you branded.
PD. Very faint. Hey, I may do that for my version of it, but now part of my condition is while I require the model, I will never wear it in public. It's not going to be a public model that I ever use. It's just something I need for portfolio reasons. That way I don't go, hey, I need you for about, 4 hours to dictate and really get good photos of this. Do the same thing on the inside here before we start smoothing out the shine, because you can see how shit that looks when it's just painted
I was
polygon.
gonna say, are you gonna fix how fucking awful that looks?
Yeah. Polygon painting is good for mass selection, but it's not good for little details like that. It is good to
Someone's
define
doing
that.
self-promotion. I don't know if you accept self-promotion.
What's going on?
Someone's doing self-promotion right there.
Guys, check out my channel. No, I do not.
Self-promotion is usually frowned
Yeah.
upon in streams.
Yeah, please don't do self-promotion on my channel. That's not something I'm about. Also, why fucking me? There's like 40 people here.
Yeah, that's interesting. Death Stranding looks super weird. Death Stranding looks super weird.
Oh, I'm excited for Death Stranding. I don't know what it is, but I'm excited for it. Kojima's actually hiring.
Hey, Heavy Metal Jelly, no self-promotion.
Guys, check out my banana juice.
Oh, we we still haven't popped that wine.
Yeah, we gotta pop that wine from the last stream. You know, yesterday was a good night for that.
It was.
Alright. Now they got the basic shattering. Oh, we gotta do the inside one here too. I can be a little heavier handed with this because it's got a lip. The lip's gonna mostly be dark.
Hero Time 15 says you're pretty good.
Dude, no, you're pretty good.
Hey guys, check out my Christian Mingle account.
Fucking sorry, I swear to God.
Zarbo, and I'll add you on Christian Mingle.
Fucking add me on Bumble. There we go. Okay, cool. And then we'll just fucking softly brandish the outside with a little bit of shadow. Just to show a little more form. Cool. Now we go to the highlights. Let's fix this shit. This is a soft brush, so if we just tap her, or do it around the edges here, it's gonna blend real nice into the metals. Actually, I'm gonna, instead of adding, I'm gonna remove, so it's a little not perfectly on the face's edge. And this way I can just gradate out the hard line.
I think that looks better.
Yeah. Because I don't want to go too deep into the recesses. And it's going to be a little push and pull. I may add here and there and take away again. I am a god.
Dude, everyone's self-promoting.
Stop self-promoting. My MySpace Xriff Minecraft boy. Cool boy.
Roblox.
Server. First 10 people get 100 Robux. Thanks to this person, a new meme has risen in your channel. No!
Well, this is better at least.
I wonder if that works.
What, random self-promotion like that?
Yeah, like if
Well, I
you're-
just assume shit like that is scam.
Well, oh, it could be, yeah. I don't understand, like, there's probably a lot of tips on, like, how to start your small YouTube channel for people who are, like, doing it to actually start it, not just for, like,
Yeah.
hobby like you are.
Yeah.
I wonder if, because one of the things is, like, you gotta get onto all social media, you gotta really make your voice heard.
And that's the hardest fucking part. I got
Right,
fucking
right.
lucky just
Yeah,
because
yeah,
I
yeah.
started this game early.
Yeah, and it's, like, with, I wonder how effective is going to random other people's chats and self-promoting. Like
I mean, I can show you my analytics.
Okay.
Well, I know, I'm just saying, I'm curious how that would be because a good chunk of it is coming from other people's YouTube
true,
channels.
that's true.
So I guess there is some science behind it.
Yeah, I mean, there's some push and pull from people just.
God, Corey.
There's some push and pull from people just like clicking the link and they're there, right?
Yeah. And if they actually stay to watch a video, even better.
Yeah,
So I
exactly.
understand the reasoning, just especially when they offer like $100 like that. I just always assume that shit's scam. Like,
That's fair.
and I don't want anyone here to get scammed because they clicked the stupid link in my channel. Like, generally, I'll come in here and if there's people in here that I fucking want to promote, like, there's a couple, like, whenever Nerfy or Ash, fucking anyone really that comes in, like Donatsu. Donatsu was in here earlier. Fucking, if you guys haven't subscribed to Donatsu, you really should. They're a fantastic little person, and they make way more content than I do. A little murderous donut, but yeah. So we're just still softly removing the edge here. It's going to be a lot of tedious work just to make this look good. But this is modeling.
Can you guys see my mouse? Actually, I'm curious. Because I don't know how this looks in chat. Yeah, live. That's live. Yes, you can. Good. Okay. For me, self-promotion is basically begging to be noticed. No one treats you as a hobby, which one to professionally would ever do it. Yeah, pretty much.
I know. I'm really I don't know what's a good time because a lot of people use the Saturday slot, which is I'm going to because usually my streams in past have pulled around near 100 views. We are under half of that, so I don't know if it's the good slots. I know the more popular people are obviously going to take that, and rightfully so. So I don't know what's a good time. So you guys are here. Obviously, this works for you. But like I don't know what's the best time for people. So if you have any suggestions, please PM them to me on my Discord. Because I just want to. I'm curious. I don't know what's a good time. Because I want to be able to hit the EU audience and the EU audience and NA. And that's hard because 9-hour difference is a weird time slot.
Hey, someone new said hello.
Someone new said hi? Hey, what's up, Vanilla Senpai? How you doing, man? Doing pretty good. We've gotten Wizard Lizard so far. We're actually texturing him now. So he should be done, hopefully. Pretty soon. But yeah, we're just trying to add some details, blend some of these sharper edges we have right now, and we'll see where we can get our boy. I'll show you what he looks like in just a second. That went way too deep, so I have to remove that. Alright. Here's our little Wizard Lizard so far.
Did you finish the skin completely?
No, we're roughing.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm blocking it because I went a little more heavy on the cloth because I know cloth easy.
Yeah,
so.
It looks like the cloth is pretty much done.
It's rough. If you look, if I go, sorry, let me.
So
this is how I should rough this.
Probably.
Definitely not finishing this today. There's going to be one more texturing stream, and basically me handing this off to someone else. The cloth is pretty good. There's some things I need to clean up in the back, especially with how this would overlap and stuff like that. But yeah.
It came out well, like from far.
Yeah.
The shadow is definitely a lot more prevalent from far away.
Yeah, exactly. The little things like that are going to work. Now I just need to add medallion shine, which this is fucking just, it's not a science, this is just guesswork of painting the medallion to have that glow that metal has. So I'm going to give it a rim light that it has at the corners so it defines its shape more. And this will go pretty far. I'm going to turn this around, and we're going to hit it a little bit on this side as well, because metal's reflective and therefore light bounces. So even this place should be in shadow, there will be a little bit of light trimming coming from that. And if I zoom out, you can see that looks a little more metalish. And now we're going to do a, basically, I'm going to do a very lightly rough it in. This shape.
What the fuck is this shape?
Yeah, I know. It's going to... I'm going to do that a little too sharp. And we're going to connect this. So we're going to lightly hit that in to get the metal's shape. Just lightly tapping, barely adding any metals to that. And we're going to have to blend this in. So I'm going to hit it a little heavier in some sections, especially where the light will catch it more. Especially like up here near the rim at the top.
Damn.
Yep.
Damn!
And it would be like, what the fuck is that? And then you're like, yeah, there
How
it
do
is.
you do that?
I know lighting. That's just years and years of basic shaping. So I'm going to slightly hit the edges here so it's a little softer. Try not to hit the major circles because it's on the same layer.
I asked you if you had to choose from all the games you played, which one had the most rage-inducing boss?
Oh, boss. Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
If you just cut off boss, fucking Dota 2. I love Dota 2. I have 2.5k hours in that game. That game tilts me like no fucking other.
I was gonna plug Pogopug because it's been rage-inducing for others.
Pogopug's hilarious. Rage-inducing, I don't think is a defining term of it.
Rage-inducing boss. That's interesting.
What boss?
Breath of the Wild's Thunder Blight Ganon.
That guy was bullshit. Okay, recently, yeah, Breath of the Wild. That fucking,
The Thunder Blight Ganon in the camel, where you had to parry.
God.
It was the first boss because we played it together. It was the first boss we went for, and we didn't know how to parry, so we were trying to like cheese it by throwing a bomb and timing it really well.
Exactly. We just fucking saw the desert in the distance. We're like, fuck yeah, deserts are cool.
And we went there, and holy shit, was that a hard mistake.
Was Zarb the one who played Pogo Pug?
Yes, Zarb's the one that's in the 1 of 500 playthrough.
Zarb,
How's
thank you.
Pogo Pug Lore coming?
Zarb, thank you so much. I really enjoy watching
You made Corey's
game.
fucking day with that.
Also, how to get mad while playing Pro Pug. Previously, there used to be a part where you had to do consecutive tight wall jumps. I could do it pretty well, but people have spent 40 minutes alone on that one part, which is why it is no longer like that. That's how you can get mad at Pogo Pug.
And we're gonna add a little. I'm gonna go to barely in some gray here. Now I've always been on the edges here, but we can go in the center to get a light thing, and I'm just gonna add a little bit of shine, just to add a little bit more shapeage to the form. That was honestly probably still a little too heavy, so I'm gonna knock that back. I want it just barely there, just to indicate some shapes. There we go.
And you did the hell out of this medallion. Holy fuck, that looks so good.
It looks like metal. The shines are actually probably a little big, but I like the cartoony look to them.
They look a lot better with the normal map, right? With the edges, or is that modeled in?
Oh, those are modeled in.
Ah, that's right.
You can normal map that. This is prime subject for normal mapping.
Yeah, that thing looks like it can really improve with
Exactly. So we may do that. I don't know if Toon Shaders allow normal mapping.
Oh,
that's
that's
the
fair.
hard part. So I modeled that in just for security. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to go to black, and I'm going to tone down a little bit of these lower edges for the highlights, so it matches up with the overall lighting of the piece. That was a little too much.
Yeah, but definitely, like, you can definitely see how that looks.
Yeah. There we go. Not bad. And we painted metal. It's a good. It's definitely a good start. I may add more shine on the sides here, but for another day. What type of music am I into? I fucking listen to a lot. I like
Rap.
a lot. Hardcore rap. That's me. Gangsta as fuck.
Japanese rap.
There is some Japanese rap that I
What's
like.
your favorite video game boss, Mora and Corey? My favorite video game boss. See, this is an interesting question as a human player and as a designer.
Yeah, because Corey's a game designer. This is shit he understands and knows. So, what boss have I had so much fun taking
Alright,
down?
here's my favorite boss as a person, and this is just pure nostalgia. Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles. The first level, there's this big crab with like swords in him and stuff, like classic Final Fantasy crab boss. I love crab bosses.
I love crabs.
I love crab bosses.
Corey. I haven't played Nier. I really want to play Nier. What was your favorite video game of 2018? Probably Hellblade for me. Mario Odyssey was entertaining as well.
2018 or 2017?
2017 is fucking VR Chess. But that's a little bit of biased opinion here. That game is great, but as an actual design game, fucking obviously Breath of the Wild deserves and won it for a reason.
No, I was gonna say something else, but Breath of the Wild is like obviously fucking insane.
That game is just absolutely amazing.
I like
Pyre was really good. Pyre's a fantastic indie game if you played that. I watched a lot of it. I haven't played it myself, but that game is gorgeous. I love Supergiant. Supergiant's one of my favorite indie companies out there.
Transistor's one of my favorite games of all time.
There you go. We're playing currently Horizon Zero Dawn. That environment is gorgeous.
Oh, that game is fantastic.
It's super feel good. See you, Crom. Have a good one. You're not getting a sandwich from me.
Pyre is fantastic. I love that game.
Yeah,
I'm so glad they put an endless mode in. It makes it just so much like easier to play.
I don't know where in their design spectrum they decided let's mix the audiences of NBA Jam and RPG visual novels.
Got this great, dude. Transistor's my favorite game, or one of my favorite games. But it's like, dude, we got these great narrative elements going on. We have this cool hack and slash. We're moving out to other game types. You know what? Let's make NBA basketball, like NBA Jam story game, very compelling, very character based.
Oh my god!
Hell yeah!
It was just so fucking weird. I love it though.
It's so good, and like, oh man, the gameplay is so good. Have you played through the game yet?
No, I've only watched my mom a little bit because I bought it for my mom for Christmas a while back.
You didn't watch me play at all because it was.
I watched you play the end.
Oh right.
I watched the whole arc, the Harpies arc.
Right.
So.
Doing a nice little off-whites because you never want to go full white or full black.
Yeah, look at this. Even the designer knows art shit. Yeah, don't ever do full white or off-white. Or sorry, full black, because it's just going to look weird. But I'm going to add shading elements to these eyes. So if I go to add a black mask, I'm gonna hide everything but the eye real quick.
So you know we have to have something 30 minutes.
That's fine. I'm
Yeah.
planning on calling it too. I'm getting tired.
We gotta get some snacks so we can get extra XP.
Oh my god, you are.
Lifesaver. I'm gonna eat a chicken bake.
I'm not hungry. That's the only issue about it starting at 4. I get so fucking hungry during it.
I think we could probably say anything more before we start. We like set in stone that we're having a break to eat and then coming back or something like that.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, like, I'm for it, but goddamn, like, the amount of times I've wanted to end session early because I'm starving.
No, I agree.
Alright, so we're just painting the eyes right now. I'm painting the eye shadows. I'm gonna bring the bodies back now so I can see a little more of the edging. What you are not working on will disappear by the model. I do not want to paint the eyelids shadow in there because the eyes are going to be opening and closing. Instead, I'm just going to paint a big fucking eye pupil thing. So I go into the color. I'm going to select his deep reddish eye here. I'm going to add a black mask. Persona fan at all? I fucking love Persona. God damn, Persona 4 is one of my favorite games of all time. I'm still playing 5, and by playing 5, I mean I'm playing on hard difficulty, and I want to bash my brains in every time I do it. I haven't beaten it yet because I've been busy recently, but yes, I really want to play that. Hi, Dad. You're not my dad. Got hurt today. I'm sorry. What the fuck did you... What'd you do? Can I make emojis for your Discord? Dude, Dank, hook it up. If you want to make some emojis, I'm all in. Fucking rip, Zach. Wow. Alright. I'm gonna now switch brushes for the first time in this entire stream. I'm gonna go to the default hard brush. I'm gonna make this really big. And I'm just gonna press. And I'm gonna press. And I'm gonna press really hard. I'm gonna up it a little size a little bit more. And I'm gonna press even more. And there we go. We made his eye. We're actually gonna do it even more. I'm gonna make it bigger. There we go. Hell yeah. And now if we turn off his body, his eyes look fucking goofy, but...
How many times are you allowed to forecast each other once?
No, you can forecast it.
I love how stupid he looks. But hey, that's how the eyes are gonna look to make it look like the Lizard Wizard.
Really good in my hand.
Alright, I'm gonna finish up the eye and I think I'm gonna call it over. So we're gonna add a new...
Just makes a 1-1 fire.
Thank you. We're gonna select the color.
Not broken. Really good.
I'm gonna add a black mask.
Yeah, well, it's free parts.
We're gonna go back to our soft emoji, or smooth emoji. And we're gonna paint in this little gloss he has right here.
White and blue.
Oh hey Sayuri, welcome.
I think so. Let me check.
So let's paint
That's when you
this
said that, I
little
went to my deck
shine
and
in
let me
there.
go make sure that I think it's what it is.
If this thing is white blue, it's pretty good.
Yeah, it might be like white blue 1, white blue 2, some of that.
Oh, okay, that was way too high. Oh.
White blue 2 sounds right. I
Alright,
definitely know
and
if
we wanna
forecast
keep the
has
shade.
white and blue involved.
Yeah, I'm not questioning that. I just
Yeah.
definitely need this suspecting for me.
And I'm gonna switch this to the we're gonna switch brushes again. Look at all this variation. I'm gonna do the default softs just so it's really vibrant and
White blue 2.
easy to paint,
That's still
to
really good.
fill in.
4 mana make a bird. Only during your upkeep and only once each turn.
Spook.
Bam!
Alright, I'm gonna go back to smooth noisy. We're gonna tone this down a bit now. Because we don't want it to be that high. Actually, I'm gonna go back to the hard, just the soft brush. So I can easily just hard.
All the open world adventure games, like random. Good world, good year for those. Listening to podcasts,
That's better.
Good year for strategy games. 2016 was hard.
And we're gonna paint in the highlight. I don't know if we're actually gonna keep this highlight, but you know what? I'll do it for now. Because why not? We're gonna paint that little bright pinkish off red. Black mask. Gonna go back to the hard brush. And great highlight. And round it out. Oh, hey, that's a dono. Here, I'm gonna change the color of this real quick to a little more white. I'm gonna go check that out. There we go. There we go. That's good. File save.
We're not.
All right, let's read.
Otherwise, the combat wouldn't take that long.
We got 612 for Shempenko. Thanks more for the streams. Keep it up, and thank you for keeping us entertained. Hope you upgrade your PC and can stream VR chat in the future. We're gonna find out real soon. Thank you so much, Shempenko. Yeah, I just got an i5 put in, and I'm gonna see how that works. Hopefully the i5 works. But all right.
John,
Yeah.
you're driving.
Yes. All right. I probably should sign off
Are
now.
they getting snacks? And then
Yeah,
we'll
we got.
go.
If we're gonna do snacks, I gotta go. All right. So thank you for everyone that turned into the chat or to the stream. I hope you guys learned a lot. I want to show you everything that we can do for this Wizard Lizard, and he came a long way. Honestly, there's not too much left for this. The next stream is just gonna be pretty much exclusively painting this guy.
Oh, that's so cute.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
I'm gonna show you how to get him looking finally.
Oh, what a cutie!
Yeah, we're gonna get the final textures. We're gonna get the detailing in here. You can see there's like a lot of spots in here we have to do. That's gonna be pretty simple. I can show you how to do that. We're gonna get the colors more accurate, more vibrant.
So tired.
Yeah, because you have to have the eyelids halfway down, so they can rig them correctly.
Yeah.
So because he wants eye blinking. So we're gonna go through everything to make this guy look good from scratch. So I hope you guys enjoy the stream, and I'll see you guys next stream. Have a good one, boys. From Mora and my roommate Corey and my roommate Grady. We fucking out. Peace, boys.
Peace, boys.
You guys